Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to the last day of the CCT finals. This is Div 2 and Div 3, and I am your host, Jules, and this is your host,
Kostya. Hello, hello. How's everyone doing?
And we are happy to be here.
Folks, we got finals today. We got a lot of finals. Holy moly. Let's just get right to the bracket. Let's just figure out what's happening today, shall we?
Right to the brass tacks.
Exactly. Straight to the brass tacks. Folks, Division 2 is on the screen. We'll look at Division 3 as well. Here's what's going on today. We got the winners final between Grigory Oparin and Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. These two are incredibly strong. MVL, he's an elite player for many years. Oparin, though, has been crushing it in this tournament. And then we also have the losers bracket. So we have Aronian against Vidit, huge matchup there. Dubov against So. I mean, oh my, every day we're blessed with incredible matchups. Then the winner of those two matches plays against each other. The winners of those matches play each other. The winner of that match then plays the loser of the Oparin MVL match. So whoever loses an Oparin MVL will get sent down to the losers bracket final
To face
and wait for the winner of this quartet.
Yeah, imagine you're losing that winner's bracket and you're like, okay, all right. Maybe I'll get to relax a little bit. I'll get to have my coffee, and then you're facing like Levon or Vidit or like Dubov or Wesley. So like, there's not even a good person to be facing there.
Yeah. Good luck to all players. It's going to be a lot of action, and then we're going to have the grand final reset, where the winner of the grudge match between the loser of the final match and then the winner of the losers bracket, they will then get a second chance to take down the winner. Basically, you get 2 lives in this tournament. If you lose 1 life, you get sent down to the losers bracket. You still have 1 chance as long as you stay alive, but if you lose 2 matches, then you're out. Okay, and then in Division 3, we have these players. So, Niels Grandelius and Dmitry Andreikin in the winners final. Same deal here. In the losers quarterfinals, we have Minlay against Kozak, Nguyen against Karthikeyan, and they're going to have a semifinal match and then a losers final as well, and then the grand final reset.
So we have a lot going for us today. It will be a lot of fun, and I think the games have already started, so we're going to get right into the action for all of you today.
Let's go. All right, let's find these games. Let's go to event. Might have to refresh our page here to get the latest games.
Don't worry, I've got you. You see, he was born in like the 70s, so his technology isn't very
Okay, click the button.
Here.
Click the button. Yeah. No games, genius. What do you got now, huh? All right, let's try backing up.
Try Div 3.
Div 3.
I think those are the ones that have started.
All right. Well, all right, let's go to Div 3, folks. Give us a sec.
I mean, back when Kostya was a kid, they didn't even have the internet.
That's true.
Yeah, they just had to send messages on dinosaurs. You'd be like, hey, want to come over for dinner, or like want to play a game, and you just like send it via dinosaur, and it would have to go over, and then someone would send their moves back via dinosaur, and it would come over, and that's how they played chess back in the day.
Okay, very funny. Here we have Division 3, Andreikin Niels, Game 1. And they just started, so let's see what we got here in the opening. D4, D5, E3. Very quiet setup from Andreikin. Niels playing solidly. You can basically do anything here as black and you're fine as long as you develop your pieces. And yeah, looks about equal. Good development from both sides. Andreikin, he's not usually like an opening killer. You know, he tries to just get a quiet position and slowly outplay you with this classic Soviet school technique.
Which he's been doing lately.
Yeah, in this tournament, he's so far hasn't lost a match. Actually looking very good, maybe to qualify for Division 1. That is what is at stake here, folks. The winner of Division 2 qualifies for Division 1, where they get to face giants like Magnus,
Mm-hmm.
like Lazovic, like Faruja, Nepo, the big guys.
Yeah. So everyone wants to qualify. No one wants to lose, as is per usual.
Yeah. And Niels, on the other hand, he's kind of a madman. He likes sharp, dynamic positions, attacking chess. If there's a simple way to play a position, he's going to look for a more complicated way.
Which he's not going to find here.
No. Which is why Andrejkin might be, in my opinion, maybe slightly uncomfortable opponent. Because he's not going to give Niels any kind of fancy tactical chances. He's going to say, like, let's play some old school, quiet positional style. Niels, of course, a super strong 2600 Grandmaster. He can play solid positional chess, but let's say it's not maybe his strong suit.
Yeah. And there's something to be said about being interested in the games you're playing.
Yeah. And here goes. Okay, e5. So blasting open the center. I mean, it's a normal move. Can't say this is crazy, but we'll see how Dmitry deals with this. Thing is, now white can start taking pawns and try to leave black with an isolated queen pawn, possibly in the center. And we've seen those are pretty annoying.
We've been seeing those all throughout the game.
Yeah.
All of the games. We've been seeing so many isolated queen pawn structures. So if it's bright and early for you guys, as it is for us, you'll be learning a lot about pawn structures today. Good morning.
So takes. Now, yeah, trades on e5 and h3. Nice little tempo move for white.
Just kicking him out.
And this move is useful because it forces the bishop to choose. Like, are you going to go back this way? Whoops. Yeah, are you going to go to e7? Because that's legal.
You want a dark square bishop? You can have a dark square bishop.
Oh, they'll call the arbiter for that. You can go here, or you can go bishop h5. But now you've
Which he
lost
does.
your right to go back this way. But bishop h5 makes more sense. Like now bishop g6, you can try to trade it off.
Yeah, kind of don't have to worry about this huge annoyances. Also, it seems like they're going to want to fight for this square eventually, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, takes on d5. Now, actually, this is a tough question for black.
Knight takes?
Well, knight takes, you hang the h7
You
pawn
hang the h7 pawn.
with check, right? So probably
But do you have any sort of tactics with knight b4 or anything of the sort?
you could try it, like knight d5, take, king h8, and maybe something like queen f5, just trying to immediately bail out, get out of the attack.
So you're forced to create your IQP, but it's not actually that bad of a thing, right? Because you get this open file.
So cd5, I think that's not what black wants to do. I think he wants to play queen d5 to avoid the IQP and take with the piece. But he's wondering about something. He does take with the
and we
pawn.
get c takes, so he wants the file.
He wants the file.
He wants the file.
Okay. Oh, but rook ac1.
Paul Tulio asked, how much do pawn structures define a game?
Good question, Paul. In some positions, I would say quite a lot, actually. Like your entire strategy is based on the structure, whether you're playing dynamically, playing for the attack, whether it's like a slow positional game. A lot of that, I think, defines the middle gameplay. Some positions, though, are very open, and so you could say their lack of structure also defines things, because an open position means lots of tactics, chaos, and yeah, like for example, white's last move, rook ac1, is a great example of how the structure defines white's last move, because any other move would allow black to go rook c8 and take over the file. White doesn't want that. That's not good, giving your opponent more squares. But now if rook c8, Jules,
You take?
he's gonna pop it, exactly. And all right, normally two rooks for the queen is already good, but here it's like
You're pinning that.
you gotta go knight e8, you got bishop b5, other rook comes in, looks terrible for black, looks absolutely horrendous. So rook b8, interesting, kind of defending the b7 pawn ahead of time.
And with these IQP structures, you want to trade off your queen if you're white, right?
No, actually, that's kind of a surprising
Really?
thing. Yeah, against the IQP, here's the strat. You want to trade off all the minor pieces. So you want to keep heavy pieces on the board.
Why wouldn't you want to trade off your queen? Can't you pick off that evil little pawn?
Well, basically the point is that heavy pieces are great at piling up on the pawn. Here he does go for queen c7. I mean, I think he's much better in this endgame. because you can bring your rook in. But yeah, no, generally, like, the dream would be to take off all the minor pieces and then just line up your 2 rooks on d4, d3, queen on d1 or d2. Black will do the same. And then white pushes e4. Whoops. And then you just win the pawn. It's just game over. You just win the pawn because the only way to defend is to set it up on the d file, then you get pinned. And anyways, that's some long term. But that's the ideal. So the side with the IQP, they generally try to trade heavy pieces. And now actually he does have a threat. He wants to go rook fc8. Now that's defended.
So you want to scoot your queen.
So queen f4, he drops back.
Yeah.
Very smart move.
Should we see some of the other games while we're waiting for the...
Yeah. Let's check if Division 2 has started. And they have. All right, let's jump to Division 2 then. Yeah?
We shouldn't do like a loser's bracket first or something?
Sure, but Division 2 or Division...
While we're in the Division 3, just take a quick look at the game.
All right,
because it's already more advanced.
Sure. Yeah. Good point, actually. Let's go to... Let's see, we have Kozak against Wonderful Time, Min Lei.
Yes, and this is the loser's bracket.
Yeah. So 2 game matches.
So they're fighting. And if they come back, the loser's bracket for D3, they face the D2 champion, right?
I think if you win D3, then you qualify for next time
for D2. You see, it's a whole structure here, folks.
Whole system.
We'll be here all week. No, we won't. This is our last day here, our final day. Yeah. So we appreciate the energy and the love here.
Get your comments in.
Get your hashtag #FireKostya in on Twitter. I will like and repost.
And by the way, folks, we read all the chats. YouTube, Twitch, all the
your
channels.
Mom's chat. Your dad's chat. Yes. Your family group chat. Your chat with your ex-girlfriend. I know you texted her last night. Be careful.
Wow.
Yeah, all your chats.
Yeah, we're in all the chats.
We're in all the chats.
So you don't got to worry about us not being in the chats. We're in the chat.
We're in every single chat, and we are ready. And that is the privileges you get when you watch the stream.
Now, speaking of chat, Kozak has a nice endgame here against Min Lei. And he just did something very interesting. He just traded on f6. He gets knight versus bishop. Usually bishop is better than the knight in the endgame, but here he's saying his knight is going to be the superior piece.
Because you get these outposts, you have this weak pawn, right?
Yeah, f6 is hanging, and he wants rook d7 in the position.
Yeah, that rook is going to be frisky. Although,
so it looks nice.
Maybe we want something like rook down here, and you have some issues potentially, right?
Yeah.
Rooking to e2?
No, I mean, definitely. Black is going to look for some counterplay. But it's a sharp position. I mean, g7 or f6 hangs with check. Maybe king g7 to start. And who knows? He, at any point, could go for the rook and pawn endgame with knight c5. Although I don't think white has really much of an advantage there. Although maybe it's
you
concrete.
Get on the 7th rank, yeah.
Yeah, because you have rook d7, rook b7.
Yeah,
okay.
It seems like that would just be absolute killer.
So here in king f8.
I'm surprised this isn't better for white engine-wise. There's got to be some sort of defense, right?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, it looks good, but yeah, we're not yet a pawn up. And there's no clear breakthrough here that I can see. Like, the b pawn is defended by the bishop. It's passive for black. I think that's white's advantage, that black is passive. And
you'll eventually have to defend that bishop. Someone asked, why is this the last day for both? Because this is the last day that D2 and D3 finals. This is not the last day we'll stream, but this is the last day that we will be covering the finals, since it's the last day of the finals.
Yeah. Well, it could be our last stream. Who knows?
Well, unless something happens to I hope not.
You never know, folks. So make sure to follow and subscribe before it's too late, you know. Don't be that guy. I wish I followed before it was... Okay. Do you want to see the other losers quarterfinal?
Yeah, let's see it.
Kozak here, he's definitely going to be grinding for the win. And then we have Nguyen against Karthikeyan.
All right, should we take a look at D2 then?
You don't want to see the other game?
Oh, yeah, sure. Which one?
It's Nguyen against Karthikeyan.
Yeah, here we go.
2 more very strong grandmasters. Karthikeyan, he almost won the Gibraltar Open a couple years back, if I remember correctly. He got a clear second. The Win, also a very, very strong player from Vietnam. And, okay, we have a classic Caro Con exchange Caro structure, I would call it.
Is this not like a Carlsbad structure?
Yes, actually, it is a reverse Carlsbad. Very good. Normally you would get this from like White's point of view, these 5 pawns. But here Black gets it.
I need a gold star.
Yeah, no, I mean, very nice. Very good. Bishop takes f3. What can we say about this? I mean, it's usually a balanced position. I think this is a good version for White. Black's last move, clearly highlighted by the engine. Not the best. And once again, we see another player like willingly allowing the IQP.
Just to get something exciting?
Is, I don't know, I think it's risky, honestly. And he's got a minute on his clock, so that's a problem.
Well, maybe that's why he doesn't feel comfortable playing slowly.
Yeah, he wants to force something. Exactly.
Make some complications, otherwise your time will be ticking down, your opponent's will not.
And yeah, then the game just continues. But objectively, this looks nice for White. I'm thinking you could take... Trading minor pieces is generally good, and then eventually play like Bishop b5 or something. Or even just like Queen c2, just back it up and start playing on the d file. Knight d. No, I don't want to go knight d4 here as White, because then that would allow Black to take and force us to equalize the structure.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. Although, well, maybe there's some tactics actually because of the pin. So knight d4 maybe is a move, because take, and if you take on d3, then e8 hangs with mate.
Yeah.
So maybe knight d4 is a move. Okay, no one's thinking about it, but it looks like a good chance for him to take the lead here.
Yeah, to take some sort of risk.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Someone's asking which Carlsbad. I thought there was a Carlsbad in like the Soviet Union, Russia area.
That would make sense why it's named after it, right?
Yeah, I thought there was, but I could be, because it's been around for a while. It's been around since like early 20th century.
Well, they're hoping to make this Carlsbad structure Carl's good. Bada boom.
Heyo.
Do. We'll be here all week. Woo! Cheers from the crowd.
Okay, so this game is very interesting. The Kozak game is also interesting because he's pushing this for a win as well, but maybe we should go to Division 2.
Yeah, we should take a quick look at Division 2, and then we'll check back, see what happens with Division 3. These are all really interesting, and we have slightly less games to cover, so we'll have more time to vibe. And as always, we read all the comments, so if you have any game in particular that you really want to be watching, let us know.
Okay, Division 2. Whoa, heavy hitters. So versus Dubov. Let's just back up a couple moves just to try to orient ourselves how this got here. All right, Wesley played f4, rook f1, queen g5 takes, knight d5. Dubov not backing down. Dubov also playing actively, but sacrificing a pawn. And now bishop to d1. So we're seeing Wesley So kind of neutralize Dubov's attack here. And okay, Compy definitely likes what Wesley is doing, and he's up on the clock as well, and he got trading some pieces off. So yeah, looks nice for White.
Yeah, wow.
This game back just so the move sounds don't kill us. Actually, do we have move sounds? Let me check real quick.
We might not. We can mute each one for the move sounds, like the one we're not using.
Yeah, I think that should work. I found it. You either mute both or neither. All right, there we go. We got the move sounds. Wow, look at this, folks. What a stream, huh? Move sounds.
Move sounds.
We got everything.
Whoa. We've got it all.
All right, Queen G. Yeah, I don't like this at all for Dubov. I mean, Dubov's
look at these pawns.
Amazing
They're beautiful.
player, but yeah, White's pawns are fantastic.
Wow.
Look at Black's pawns.
They're not very good. And
No.
you take the center. That knight is
D4 looks simple and solid.
forced into no man's land.
Mm-hmm. No, this looks like Wesley's game for sure.
Yeah, and also you have so many vulnerabilities on the queen side. Queen can swing over to either side, actually.
So I'm just curious where it went wrong for Dubov. I know the engine was saying there was some moment here he could have gone G5, but that's a very tough move to play. Like I think just on human grounds, knight d5. Oh, now the engine's looking at it like, yeah, knight d5 looks scary. Like, yeah, no kidding. So I think it's already bad here, in fact. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. Maybe knight g6. Maybe this is a mistake where white just kind of gets this initiative already here, because black's rook is on a7, and that's always gonna cost at least a couple tempi to get the rook back into the game. And Wesley used it with g3 f4. So very nice game from Wesley, I have to say. Very instructive. And queen f3, and now he's just gonna pile on. Classic technique. Don't give your opponent any chances. Just improve your pieces. Here, knight b5 somewhere. Maybe even just like b3 right now, just to completely shut down everything black is doing. So looking good for Wesley.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to switch over?
Yeah, we have our winners bracket finals. So this is the big bucks. As we said, the person who wins this goes to Division 1 next year.
Well,
so.
not this match. Not this match.
Oh, not this one?
No. I mean...
This is winners bracket.
Yeah, but they've got like 3 more matches after that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's going to be this match, and there's going to be a whole grand final. The winner of this event at the end.
At the very end.
Today.
Okay.
Yes. They go to Division 1.
All right.
But
they have a long day ahead of them, folks.
But yeah, the winner gets to chill, which is maybe even more important. They get to chill for a bit, which, hold on, right now Aparin just has extra piece, so we should just mention that.
How'd that happen?
Yeah, actually it just happened, like in the last couple moves. So rook a5.
Okay.
Goes after this pawn. Gets a little pinned up.
And bye-bye.
Wait, but just go back 1 second. So h4 apparently takes is
maybe you have to go
wrong.
like f4 or something.
But let's go forward 1 move. So he takes rook e8. Here I understand if you go f4, then queen b6 picks up the rook. So that's why he gave up the knight, because he has no way of defending it anymore. What I don't understand is why black couldn't just go rook e8 here. And here there's queen takes h5. Okay, so there's some tactic thing where if you take, then this is in fact losing for black. Okay. But then h4 was played. Takes.
Which makes
here.
it better, because...
And now, what's the difference if white goes queen h5? There's bishop e5, and there's going to be like some rook gh. Oh, queen gh check. Okay, this is like computer insanity. Anyway, so MVL, no time to figure all this out. Loses the piece, and now Aparin is trying to convert this one.
Which will probably happen, most likely.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's always close, and with low time, you never know.
Speaking of low time, we have Aronian versus Vidit here, and they both are under 3 minutes. Both very, very low on time here. And it's kind of an equalish position. Yeah?
This one feels more drawish, so yeah, I think we should go either to Wesley or...
Yeah, let's see what's happening. Oh, okay.
Wesley.
In the Wesley Dubov game here.
Oh boy. Okay, so we just missed the last couple moves, so it was... a lot of stuff happened. All right, rook g4, knight e6.
That is,
Rook f1. Okay, Wesley has studied his pins this morning. Takes rook f7.
He woke up, he ate his pins.
He ate his pins
He ate his pins for breakfast.
Now f6. Ooh, breaking through. Very nice. Very nice. And rook g8. Dubov just trying to hold on. But his king is weaker. He's down a pawn. His pawns are weaker. Takes, rook f takes.
And he has 27 seconds to 2 minutes as
and
well.
less time.
Very important to manage this time.
But still, Wesley has to play it well. King h1, very good start.
It's not really up that much material. Like, he's up a fair amount, but you have to be careful.
No, just 1 pawn. Okay, he could have taken on b7 there. Decided go rook f5 first. Can take on a5 now, get another pawn.
Will he? Will he be greedy?
I don't see what's wrong with it. Yeah, it takes. Wesley doesn't either.
And Dubov has 20 seconds.
And yeah, he's just scrambling to create some counterplay, but it's hard for black to activate the pieces without weakening his own king, right? If you move your rook, then there's going to be queen f6 check immediately. So maybe just rook b5 now. Look to take on b7.
He's just making kind of like blanket threats here.
Yeah, exactly. Paper tiger.
Black's pawns were all too weak. Yes.
Okay, queen h5 now, I think. You can defend h2. Maybe rook f2. Okay, queen h5. Black can't take on c3 because h6 hangs with mate. So queen e3. Rook f6. Okay, rook f3. Thought rook f6 looked like game over, but maybe there's queen e4 check. Anyway.
And he has 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
I think Wesley could cough on the board and it might be over.
Okay, queen d2 keeps the pressure on, but now rook f6. Oh, king h. He's holding on. He's holding on.
And Wesley's gonna take a small think here. Try to find the knockout blow.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
He wins another pawn. Now it's 4 pawns up.
And then we see the resignation. Wesley has won his first game with white. Dubov will have a chance to come back next round.
Yes. I just want to show you, he could have taken on g3 here at the end, but it's all over because black's king after queen e7 check is just going to get roasted.
Mated.
Yeah, mated, exactly. Okay, let's go to MVL. Oparin's still trying to convert this. Man, Oparin's having a huge event. I mean, he's
been
won
doing
so many
amazing.
games.
Yeah. I mean, MVL's also been doing great. I think sometimes chess players have these events where it just feels like luck's on their side. Like, they're amazing players, of course. But sometimes you have these events where, your opponent gets stuck in a time scramble and makes the wrong move, or, you get in this opening that you love, and it really feels like Oparin's having one of those events. Like, he's had several of these games where his opponents just suffered under that time pressure, and he's done great.
But he's not lucky here because he apparently just blew it.
What?
Which is not surprising because these endgames are always tricky, like dealing with the active king past c-pawn. And
really? This is a draw?
now he's gonna have to give the rook and just make a draw.
Really?
I mean, okay, black is still better here actually. So MVL is the one that needs to. Yeah, it's definitely white here that needs to be super precise. Maybe rook d5 now. Yeah, cutting off the king and then try to bring your king in as white. But only black can really win this with like the 2 pawns. Bishop g3, h4. It is scary.
In 21 seconds to 15 seconds.
Yeah, will he be in time? Because as a player, of course, you're panicking. You're like, oh my god, am I losing this?
It's not very fun to play these either.
No, for black though, it is fun. You just run your pawns. Okay, here. I wouldn't be surprised if
try to bring the rook behind that pawn.
Man, rook f3. Yep. Okay, genius play so far. And now his king can come back. Okay, now I think he's very close to holding it. Yeah.
You just park yourself a little bit.
Bishop g3, king e3, h4, rook takes f2. Yeah, he's holding in time. You can take on f2 here. That's it.
And then you
easy draw.
Try to bring your king in.
That's it.
Yep. What do you do?
Very nice hold.
That was a good hold.
By MVL. Maybe we could just quickly see where Oparin blew it, because I was curious. Because he was up a piece. And we were singing his praises, and then all of a sudden it's a draw.
Commentator's curse,
so
right?
rook f1. So classic, like bring your rook behind the pawn turns out to be the mistake. Bishop e5 was the last moment where he keeps his win. So let's say here, I don't know. Bishop b8. Already here, I think it's very, very tough to defend this. So to win this as black. It was probably just tough the whole way, to be honest, because white's king is active. But anyway, great save by MVL. Let's see, is that Levon? That Levon game, that one ended in a draw. Okay, as expected. They didn't even trade any pieces. so yeah. Okay, someone won a pawn, and then they repeated moves anyway. All right, so game 1 draw. Wesley won, so that means Dubov must win situation.
Coming back, yeah, and he has white here, so that's what you want, right?
Oh, what an opening! What is
okay,
this?
wait. Let's
let's go back a sec.
We have
a Vienna game.
Okay.
Classic Italian. Bishop G. It's like beginner's chess. You just go bishop G5, knight D5, and G5. Wesley, he's not afraid. Normally, knight takes G5 here would be almost crushing. Because if black takes, I don't think it's the right move. If black takes, bishop takes G5. Yep, white's just completely winning. But what does black do instead after knight takes G5?
Is this a test?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let's test. Jules. And chat. Black to play.
Black to play, chat. Help me out. I'm wondering if you have some sort of knight takes e4 shenanigans.
Yeah, okay, you play against the pin. So either knight e4, maybe knight d5 is better just to take a piece. And then the point is that the bishop is hanging on h4. So this is what Wesley has in mind. And there's no good discoveries. Like whatever you do, knight f7, queen takes h4. And black is just up material and winning.
Chat, what can you do when you get pinned, when you eat your pins in the morning?
Yeah, Wesley really on the pins today.
He's been pinning it lately.
So Dubov's best move might be bishop g3 here, which is not a move you want to play because then you kind of feel a little bit shut down. Like you really want to sack the piece if you can get away with it.
Of course, and Dubov, of course, wants to sack the piece.
Yeah. Dubov, I mean, it's in his.
He's like blood. He's sitting at the computer right now, like shaking a
exactly,
little. You know,
shake,
he's like, oh.
He's like he knows he has to play bishop g3. Like he's not.
He's ready to take that g5 like, right there. He wants to. You know, he wants to.
He's like frothing at the mouth.
This is what he needs.
Queen d2.
Whoa.
Wow, we really called it. I mean, wow, what a move. But this is Dubov. I mean, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You know, so he's sacrificing the bishop.
He's giving it up.
And he wants queen takes h6, and he wants knight g5, and he wants to checkmate the guy. I mean, he's also offering up his rook.
Offering up everything.
Okay, I mean, here we can see the engine eval, but Wesley would only have one move, knight h7. Not the hardest move to find. A very thematic defensive move, I would say, when you're going up against this kind of thing, because you cover the g5 square, you get rid of, knight f6 was also a huge threat, obviously. So Wesley's going to find that. And then
he probably was provoking Dubov.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, g5.
That's some like great great
like,
psychology
he's
there.
Like, hit me. Come on, Danya. Hit me. And no, queen d2. No, I mean, he really
is going for it.
Yeah.
He's really going for it.
I mean, oof.
Your opponent's greatest strengths turn into their greatest weaknesses as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's kind of the thing. I wonder if that is the case for Dubov. I mean, he's so good, but when he goes up against like a truly elite defender, then maybe it's not so easy. So yeah, Baron, you just missed it. But when we got here, knight g5 definitely is the first move you would consider as white, but the problem is not hg, which would be good for white, but knight takes d5. And then this is a typical idea in these positions where you play against the pin and white doesn't have any, like you can try queen h5 here as white, and queen f6 apparently, and black is holding on. And yeah, so queen d2, Wesley did take on h4, queen takes h6, and knight h7 found.
Yeah, he wanted this.
Wesley, too strong.
No, this was what he was going for the whole time. He was provoking.
Mm-hmm.
And he got what he wanted here. He just wants to end the match, really.
Yeah, and Wesley won the first game, so he just needs to draw. And white doesn't even have a perpetual here. So he's in good shape.
That's actually one of the best examples of using your opponent's weaknesses or what you know they want to do against them. So props to Wesley there for that, but we will check in later, right?
Well played. Yeah, I'm just wondering, just for one sec, like what
How
is
do they follow it
Dubov
up?
gonna like maybe some G3.
He must have had ideas.
I would be surprised, if he didn't have something in mind, but he is spending time now, so
maybe he thought, I don't know,
I think
something.
it was more of an intuitive sacrifice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Counterpin.
Yeah, we can leave him to it. Try to cook up some magic. We'll let him cook. We'll let him cook. We're not going to bury the guy.
We'll let him in the kitchen, you know?
Let him cook.
Dubov is a great chef when he needs to be. He's also like the kind of guy who will like cook tofu like very quickly, but he can be a very gourmet chef.
Okay.
We've seen him cook. Yeah? Seen him cook.
Oh, C3, he is cooking now. let's go before things get too hot.
Hot in the kitchen. Do we want Aronian or MVO?
Well, let's look at Levon Vidit, because this is the losers brackets, and they only have 2 games here. This is their second game. They drew the first one, folks.
Game 2.
And
this ain't cooking. Unfortunately, it is burning in the kitchen, but burns can be salvaged. Like when you make meringue cookies and you whip them up too much, you can just put more eggs in it, and you can save your meringue cookies. And that's what Dubov's trying to do. He's trying to save his meringue cookies. So we have Aronian right here.
Speaking of cookies, right? Let's look through this opening.
Yeah, this is kind of fun. This looks like they're both gonna enjoy themselves here. Sicilian.
Sicilian.
We've got Nidorf.
Some KG A3 H6 moves, and then eventually just kind of goes into dragon structure. Someone was asking how much the structure defines the play. A lot, honestly, a lot.
With Sicilians, especially, yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a Sicilian player, you need to be studying your structures, man.
G4 and, okay. Live position here. Kind of a weird one. I mean, at first glance, I feel like Black is doing well because he's got this unopposed dragon bishop. Like, White traded off the Dark-Sword bishop at some point on f6, and now this bishop is cooking on the whole diagonal.
Ah, bada boom.
As the kids would say.
As the kids would say.
But f5, Vidit also hungry, and he's just like leaving his rook on d1 because he wants to take on g6. And Vidit also studied pins this morning. That much is clear.
And this is an interesting opening choice because if either player draws, they go to Armageddon.
Yes.
But it looks like this is an aggressive opening. Like they're trying to play very, very
kind
aggressively.
of going all out. Yeah.
They're going even Aronian here is going full out. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aronian actually, it's a good point. He's like a classic e4 e5 player. He has been for years. Here he decided to play Sicilian. He could play e4 e5. Try to make a draw, and so on. But he wants to finish it off. He's provoking Vidit, with the Sicilian. And actually, it's an interesting choice because Vidit, for most of his career, I believe, was a d4 player. So maybe Levon believes, Vidit's not as comfortable in the Sicilian positions. That's just my
it's a
my
huge,
1.5 cents
vote of confidence here for Ronin. He thinks he can outplay Vidit here in the Sicilian. So it's gonna be exciting. We're gonna see some aggression, some big vibes.
Big choice. And GF5. Wow, opening up his own king side. But Levon
probably studied this.
Seems to know what he's doing. Okay, knight f5. Okay, brilliant. Okay, that's a little.
Why do we get a brilliancy for that one?
Just because the rook on d1 is still hanging, and so Chester comes like, oh, so brilliant. Oh, exactly. No, I mean it is a good move. It is. Don't get me wrong. But I think if anything, f5 should. I don't know why f5 wasn't given the brilliance. Anyway. So bishop takes d1. I mean, I think he's just recapturing rook d1, and then he's gonna look for queen to g3 in the future, and. Levon picks up the gauntlet. Yeah. This game actually is going to get very spicy. Bravas.
Yeah, we also have, if you ever want to move over to that, we have some interesting games here as well. Up to you, though.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I feel like this is pretty crazy.
He is a backseat chesser.
Backseat chesser.
Very Bravas, yes.
What more could you want? I mean, you got
this is beautiful.
Levon. Vidit sacrificing the exchange. Levon defending well, by the way. I mean, e6, not the most obvious move, but challenging the knight.
I mean, he's probably looked at this back and forth, right? You don't just... I
don't know. They don't have that much time. But knight d6, rook d8 probably.
Makes sense.
The idea.
Because you're pinned.
The pin? But he's also inviting Vidit to take, bless you, on g7 and play against the king that way. But Black still has this g4.
Someone asked why queen g3 wasn't a move in here at some point.
Oh, yeah. Good question. So queen g3, Black would have a chance to save the bishop and stop the threat, and then Black keeps the full extra rook. So you have to take the bishop before it gets away. Very important detail.
Yeah. In these positions, too, I don't know about this one specifically, but a lot of Sicilian positions, right? Your rook is just as important as your bishop.
It can be, especially the bishop on g7. A lot of times they say this one is worth the full rook. because it's defending all the dark squares around the king. Very, very hard to judge. That's what makes these positions so rich and complicated.
Because we're going to be losing that bishop soon, no?
Yeah. Well, okay, I mean, Compy's saying knight g7, king g7, and then queen d2 is the way for white, trying to get in on the dark squares. That's interesting. Maybe queen e3 as well, I imagine, works also. Knight d5 might be too much. Looks like black can take...
It'd be beautiful if those tactics worked.
Yeah, of course. As always. But I think black is surviving here, although it all does look very scary, I gotta say. Vidit, though, 3 minutes. Not easy to attack when you have low time, because you have to calculate everything, and at some point you just have to make
3 minutes, yeah. You do not want 3 minutes in a Sicilian.
Decision. Yeah, no, not easy. Not easy. But this could decide the match. One of these players gets sent home. Gets
sent to the pit to do karaoke.
They're all playing from home, but they
sent extra home.
They get sent, extra home. Exactly.
Extra home. It's no longer fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wonder what he's thinking here. I wonder if he's calculating. Oh, would he be calculating maybe something like e5? Trying to double and then taking or something like that?
e5, definitely an idea you're always kind of looking at, I think, because it's like very forcing.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking a bunch of things, because it feels like right away this would just be automatic. Get rid of that bishop, open the king, bring in your queen, bring in your rook, eat well.
Yeah, I think
sleep early.
Knight g7 is the default move, and the more he tanks, the more I think he's going to play knight g7. I think he's just looking for other options.
Miracle, yeah. Some great move, right?
Maybe queen takes d6, but no, I don't think the endgame is going to satisfy white here. But spending a lot of time, Vidit taking a big risk. He was also getting in a lot of trouble in the candidates. I think it's like this is his approach. Oh, knight d6. Ooh, Compy doesn't like that. Queen c5. Levon playing fast.
Playing fast and furious.
Queen c5. Interesting move. I think he's preventing Vidit from going e5, I guess. He wants to put the queen on this square and start talking to this diagonal.
Yeah.
And he's got like knight e4 ideas and rook d8 and... Okay.
Did we get greedy? Because we're down material?
Well, yeah, he wanted to grab this pawn.
You need the pawn back.
But materially speaking, black is still
up a pawn.
Ahead. Yeah, got the exchange and only one pawn for white.
That is wild. But also, like, usually material doesn't matter too much in these structures. It's momentum, right?
Yeah, which is also on black's side. So that's going to be a problem for Vidit. You want to check in with Wesley real quick?
Yeah, let's do it. And we have all three crazy games. Okay.
Oh man.
So last we saw
Dubov just sacked the house.
Sacks don't necessarily have to be sound, but
no. D4 just leaves everything hanging. Okay, I think he's just having fun at this point. No, he's still playing for mate, but Wesley just like has everything under control. Although, hold on, there's mate threats. There's queen g8 and queen g7.
That's true. We're threatening stuff.
Oh, d3. Oh, Wesley, too good. The counterplay is here. Black mates first. King d3, rook f3 check coming. And that's it. Dubov actually, he was almost there. He's like, you play bishop f6 here, you get mated in too. Queen g8 check.
Sacks do work best when they're sound, but we also take the unsound ones every now and then. And we've seen this kind of tactics work, but this does not look very good for Dubov here.
Yeah, now Wesley needs to find the kill here.
This looks like a one-armed pull-up where you don't quite make it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's impressive, but maybe you would have been better with two arms.
I think it's easy. King c4, much easier than a one-arm pull-up. Queen c7.
True.
And that's game. That's it.
Yep. And that means the match goes to Wesley.
Wesley wins.
Wow. Wesley wins.
He'll advance to the next stage. Let's quickly jump back to Levon.
This has gotten bad quickly.
Yeah, queens came off here somehow.
Queens came off the board,
So
okay.
here, knight b7. Yeah, it doesn't feel right. Queen e5. Begging for a queen trade, but black is up the exchange. He's got beautiful squares for all the pieces. This is all Levon all the way.
And the interesting thing is it seems like the pawn structure doesn't really matter much here, does it?
It does a bit. You know, white's pawns are quite weak, I would say, in the long run. And black has some weaknesses themselves, but yeah, the rook is much more important, having an extra...
6 seconds to 3 minutes
Yeah,
and
and the
57
time.
seconds. No, Vidit.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not
Oh,
looking
that
good.
is rough. That is not what you want against Aronian.
No, definitely not. Bishop g3 now, just eat that h4 pawn. I mean, he can go make a cup of coffee, come back. And,
Yeah,
and win
you
the
don't
game.
want those
He's
time
got
odds against your cousin who just started playing chess last week, let alone Aronian. There was a Reddit post actually. It's like, what time odds would you need to beat Magnus Carlsen? So chat, if you want to answer that. But I was thinking, my mind was, I think I would need 45 minutes to 5 seconds, no increment.
No increment.
No increment.
Well, so I think that's the bigger question. If there's no increment, then you could probably beat him even if he has more time.
No, but he could think on your time and move instantly. He can pre-move.
Yeah, but 20 seconds. You just have to think one move
You
ahead.
think 20 seconds? No, he could like scholars make me figure out
He's
a
not
way.
Jules has
Figure out a way.
some confidence. Not gonna scholars.
I don't know. It's Magnus, okay? I'll like look for one tactic and then I'll see back and my queen will be gone, you know?
But here's the thing: if you give Magnus an increment,
he
then
can
I
do
think-
like a second.
I
Yeah.
think for some players, there's just no
He
amount of time.
pre-moves the opening, yeah.
It's just
No, you don't give him an increment. He does not get an increment.
so definitely no increment for Matt. Without increment, I feel like
To everyone-
15 seconds you could flag him.
You think?
Yeah. Look, you just have to use your time and think ahead. So you have to make your move, he makes a move, and then you make your move.
Okay,
fast.
maybe he could make moves in 0.5 seconds. His reflexes are really good. He
Mm-hmm.
could even see what you're moving. You'd have to win the game in like under 40 moves or something.
So you have to make the game last 40 moves, yeah? You can do
Yeah.
that.
Did Vidit lose connection? No, I think it's just a very complicated position. He was looking for this like Hail Mary win,
Yeah.
and it was not,
No,
not
he
going his way here.
He flew too close to the sun. He was playing very well,
Our very own Icarus.
but he messed it up. Sharp position happens, and now Levon is just cleaning up. And yeah, technique. I mean, Levon's technique is of course satisfactory, and that's it. Levon wins this match. And I believe it'll be Levon versus Wesley So
Which is a great matchup.
starting soon. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. And we should go to winners, yes. And then after this, maybe we could take a quick look at what
Yeah, we
happened
can see what's going on in Division
in
3.
D3.
In the meantime, this is the winner's semifinal, Division 2, MVL Oparin. First game draw. This is their second game. Looks like MVL is trying to push this one a little bit. Got opposite color bishops. Black's pieces look a little bit more active.
Yeah, you want to go into the next round with an advantage, especially if he's doing well as black here. That's pretty big.
Okay, Queen F2. And it's a massage, it's a massage. Bishop F4, yeah, no endgame for you, buddy. We're keeping queens on the board. I think it's unpleasant for white. You can try to get in. Queen B5, Queen F1 ideas, perhaps. Especially as the players get low on time. Could be chances for MVL.
Yeah, I think we could definitely see it here. A minute till... Okay, so it's pretty even timing.
Yeah,
And this is harder to play as white.
absolutely.
Could be pretty interesting.
Oh,
here.
B4.
B4, really?
Oparin, he's tired of waiting around. He wants some action too. B pawn starts running. Why not? Give black something to worry about. Oh, but rook G6? Is MVL looking for F5? Ooh, I don't know if F5 is working. What's he? Yeah, B5? Oparin has the same question. What's your next move, buddy? Maybe Queen C5. Still very dangerous. Long-term white's king here is always going to suffer problems. Yeah, Queen C5. Now he's got like Queen B4, Queen E1, Queen H1, and checkmate.
Sorry, one moment.
Yeah, you're fine. So, still very, very dangerous for white here. Not loving the king situation. King safety, big problem. Can he take on h4? Probably not. That looks way too scary.
I will be right back.
Yeah. Okay, 40 seconds for Oparin. Queen b3, queen b6. MVL just stopping the pawn. He's definitely pushing here for the win. Oh, queen c3. Watch out. Queen h8, queen h4. Threatening mate in 2, folks. Mate in 2 alert. King h7. MVL. These guys see everything. These guys see everything. Unbelievable. Okay, but now b pawn is hanging. Maybe bishop e2 now for white. Looks good. How does black make progress here? I'm not seeing a clear way. It feels like white has all the avenues under control. Somehow need to try to get back in. Okay, rook g8 going this way. Queen f6. Oh, double attack. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Folks, I think MVL missed this. I think he missed this. And I mean, this is a problem. This pawn is hanging with check. This guy falls. Oh, this game just turned way around. Uh-oh, bishop g3 takes. It's now completely winning for white. Queen h5. King g8, bishop c4. Oh, he just takes. But this is, no, this is game over. This is hopeless. I mean, it's black's king that's now going to be suffering here. And Opara knows it. No more draw. No more draw. Okay, queen e3. Oh, it's going to be a bullet game. MVL, he's not going to go down quietly. He's going to be furious. But somewhere white needs to just like fling his pawn forward. Yeah, like get e5 in, bishop d3, and go after this guy. I think e5 right now for sure. Bishop d3, and that's it. Oh, very nice. Oh, but queen c1. Hold on, there's a mate threat. There's a mate threat. What to do? How do you deal with this? g5? Oh, he's a genius. Check is king g4, king h5. Holy moly. Okay, this dude is a straight up genius. Queen h1, he's got king g4, king h5. And then he's going to win the rook on g6, and black's king gets mated. Ooh, MVL scrambling. Okay, check. Now king h5. And this is just game over. Bishop is coming to c4, queen g6. Okay, takes the bishop. But now just king advances. Wait. I think he just had king h6, and that was just mate. But I think this is still good. Goes back. Okay, looking for repetition. There it is, king h6. Will he have time? Or will he mess it up? Uh-oh. Black's king is getting out now. King h5. Oh no, MVL's winning this. MVL's winning this. h2. And he's getting the second queen. Holy moly, folks. Holy moly, what a turnaround. What a turnaround. Jeez Louise. Jeez, folks, never meet your heroes, huh? Oh, man. Oh, man. And that's it. I mean, he's just giving checks now, but it's over. It's over. This pawn is deciding it. I mean, he's just giving checks, but the king will get out. We'll go back and look and see what happened, but it's just time trouble. I mean, it's so tough when you have seconds, you have like a million checks, and you have to find the precise one. It's very, very tough. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, that's what happens. MVL's going to win this one. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's rough. That's not the end of the match. Oparin will have 2 more games to try and bounce back. But yeah, this was his moment. So let's go back. So he was totally winning here. And then he finds his brilliant move g5. And then here, all he has to do is find king h6. It's not the most obvious move because you kind of feel like black can maybe defend bishop e5, queen e5, but it turns out white has multiple mate threats here. Queen g7, queen h7, queen e8. And it's a quiet move. It's not easy to spot this, but he did have other wins. e6 here, for example, and he's winning. And he just panicked. He gave a lot of checks. He's looking for the win. e6 again here is good. He plays this. And now at this point, he does have a win, but now it's like very precise. So it's check and g6. And king e6, queen g8 check. And then this one. And then black's king is now stuck. You got to go queen f6. So yeah, no, good luck finding all this. At this point, he gave queen g6 check. Now king f8 and MVL.
Oh, I missed some action.
Pulled off the biggest escape of his life. I mean, it was literally, it was mate in two, Jules. It was mate in two. It wasn't easy mate in two, but it was mate in two. King h6.
This is like the studies we see, right? Where it's like mate in two and you have to find the little king move and you're like, ugh.
It's a Polgar mate, exactly. It wasn't easy. He had seconds on his clock, but MVL ends up swindling this game. Wow. Huge swindle, I gotta say.
Huge swindle for MVL, and they have another game to come back. We'll see if he comes back with a vengeance. Should we take a look at D3 while the game's getting started?
Let's switch over, see what's going on. D3.
In our D3.
And here we go. Actually, let's back up this one. Okay, so we have the winners final with Andrejkin and Niels. Andrejkin up 2-0. Oh boy.
Wow.
So he just needs a draw to
He just
clinch
needs a draw
match.
here. And he's playing with white.
Yeah, so that looks good. And then we had the losers quarterfinals. Looks like Karthikeyan won 2-0. Minlay won 1.5-0 against Kozak.
So they will be...
I think they play each other
Karthikeyan versus Minlay next.
Exactly.
That'll be a very interesting matchup.
Unfortunate for all the Vietnam fans, it's not Nguyen against Minlay. That would have been fun, actually. I would have been curious to see what happens there. But, okay, India versus Vietnam. Karthikeyan against Minlay. And looks like their semifinal match has started. So we'll take a look at that one as well. And, yeah, we'll get it.
I'll teach him how to use the buttons, chat.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Buttons.
You see it? It pops up. It shows.
Wow.
It's amazing how that works.
Wow.
So let's see what opening we got here. We've been seeing this.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, we've had a lot of Catalan propaganda as of late.
And, okay, this is actually a pretty theoretical line. I'd say it's more of a, let's call it Fianchetto Grunfeld.
A Fianchetto? A Grunketto?
Fianchetto.
Grunketto.
Okay.
You heard it here. Grunketto.
Grunketto.
So in this Grunketto line.
Yes.
We have this isolated pawn on c4. You've got these powerful bishops. These bishops.
It's a bit of a high level structure. Honestly, it's a little bit above my pay grade, but generally white accepts this weak c pawn in exchange for like nice activity with these bishops. And here we can see black play knight c6, allowing white to take and kind of equalize the structure a bit. Generally, I think it's like maybe a small edge for white, but black is solid. So he's gonna 2-game match. He'll push a little bit, see if he can score the first point here as white.
Yeah, you don't want to be left in the place of having to score as black just to equalize. Right.
Definitely don't want to lose as white. Yeah. That's the worst.
Or lose it all, but like if you're gonna lose, you want to pick it.
Maybe we can switch to Andrejkin Niels.
Yeah, let's see what we got.
Basically, he's not just in a must-win situation. He's in a...
Must win.
Yeah, must win. Double must win.
Which is tough.
Very tough.
Which is tough here.
I mean, many players, I would imagine you just want to give up. Like, all right, let's just make the draw in the match. Like, you win.
But this would be his last.
Yeah.
So he's...
No, actually, no.
He'd be sent to the
He gets
losers
sent to the losers bracket. So he gets another chance.
Yeah, so he'd get one more chance.
But Niels is a fighter. Yeah, I think he's going to absolutely try to come back and win this game.
And you've said that. You said this is like the worst opponent for Niels here, Andrejkin.
Stylistically, it feels like a problem. But of course, that's easy to say when the guy's leading 2-0. You know, if Niels
Oh,
was
you
leading
said it
2-0,
before.
I'd be like, oh, maybe Niels is a tricky opponent. I did say it before the match
we got
started,
it
to
with
be
a
fair.
pre-prediction, so...
All right, he's also a high-rated player. Anyway, takes bishop e4. Here we see an example of isolated queen pawn. It's actually nice for the pawn because I think white has a very active version here, and you can get d5 in.
A nice IQP, those exist?
Mm-hmm. Go figure.
Who would have thunk?
And yeah, 2 bishops for white, especially if he gets d5, opens this guy up. Maybe one day rook ad1, knight c4, d6. And this could be very nice for white. Oh, knight d4. Okay, he takes the pawn. Some
So you've
tactics.
Traded it off?
Looks like he's allowing black to take it because he wants to take on b7, I'm presuming. Unless he has something else.
How presumptuous.
Maybe bishop e7. Oh, it takes on d4. Okay, I was wondering about this, but knight on d2 hangs. He goes knight f3. I feel like this was not the best Andrejkin had. Engine seems to also think so. So what did he have? Okay, queen c4 or queen takes b7.
Queen c4.
Queen c4 is a little wonky. It's a little highfalutin. Queen b7 though, that's a move you could find.
Yeah.
Then rook b8, but not taking here, which allows knight e2 check, but going queen a6. Okay, that's a little tricky. Apparently white would have big advantage here. Anyway, we had take, knight f3, take, and knight g6. And now black's a pawn up, but Andrejkin just needs a draw, and
you have
he's got good
activity.
compensation. Yeah,
You're going to get your rooks up to the 7th rank if you're very lucky.
exactly.
Yeah, should we check out D2?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, friends. I will switch us over to D2. Where's our little thingy here? It's right.
Oh, and make sure to transition.
I will. Just want to get it up first. There we go. All right, wait, here, and
All right, what's going on? D2.
active games.
Okay, new match.
We just started this
Let's
year.
go, Aronian. So, rematch of the American Cup. And
We'll let them
NVL
play their
Operan
openings.
as
Yes.
well. So we'll keep an eye on.
All right, what happened here?
So this is game 3 of the winner's semifinal. And this is just after Oparin lost that completely winning game.
Yeah, now he has to come back as black. This is not easy. And personally, I'm very biased, but I love this pawn structure for white. I feel like it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually we don't like doubled pawns, but I feel like when we get this pawn, like, triangle thing, you know, it's always really nice. It's a great outpost for a bishop, a knight, whatever.
Yeah, it looks nice for white first glance.
Yeah, doubling up. Smooth chess.
Yeah, is live position here? Oh, no, not yet. Okay, we got more moves.
Right here. Now we're live.
So MVL, he's pushing. He would love to just win this game and end the match here and now. Queen takes h4. Okay, he's allowing black to take on f5. Oh, we got the other game still going. Let's just back up that one so we don't get the move sounds. But Andrejkin looks like he'll be drawing against Niels and advancing in Division 3. So we'll keep you folks apprised of that. For now, we got MVL looking to win this Division 2
Lots of pressure.
semifinal.
He's
yeah.
under pressure.
Pressing down. Under pressure.
Okay,
B5.
just our little tactics there. That feels like it should be automatic, no? But
Oh, we're gonna get copyright struck, right? We're
not gonna get a copyright strike for.
Can't sing this song.
In order to get a copyright strike, I think you actually need to sing the song in a way where it's like legible and like people can understand what
They
it
know
actually
what
is.
song it is. They know. The AI algorithms are very
It's gonna
good.
see it. They're gonna see exactly. They're gonna be like, yeah, that off tune beat is exactly what we need. It feels like so. Engine says there's a better move for
Yeah,
white or
Queen
black.
D3 was not it. Apparently, it's a take and go Rook
takes
F8.
B5. What? And you just allow that?
Apparently, that's fine for black.
You
Yeah.
just allow that?
Apparently, that's okay. Yeah, go figure.
I guess maybe it's hard to pick off this pawn because your rooks can't really infiltrate that easily. But no, that just feels weird. No.
No, I think black's okay. You just go for the queen endgame, and then you got counterplay.
Oh.
But you want queen D3.
What do we know?
Rook B6. Queen takes D5. Okay, very very complicated position, I gotta say.
Chat says it took me 2 minutes to get the song. I would take at least 2 months. Yeah, okay. Well, we're working on our karaoke. We're working on our skills there.
Yeah, I like that. Parody is protected speech. Exactly. That's good.
Yeah.
Very, very sharp.
Yeah.
Heavy piece endgame. I think all three results very possible. But Oparin, he's likely very tilted from that last game. I mean, it's impossible not to be. You're like completely winning against MVL. You got mate on the board.
Too.
I mean, and then you take the lead in the match. You know, it's
You probably have
position.
your mom texting you too, like, "Oh, you have maiden too." You know, like.
Yeah, Dios mío. Yeah.
Exactly. It's tough. It's very tough. My mom does that too when I'm in like tournaments. She's like, "Oh, the eval bar went like here, and then it went back down here. Why didn't you see why the eval bar went here?"
No, that's so funny. Yeah, eval bar, great way. Actually, this is an argument I made. Eval bar is a great way for family and friends to follow you, even if they know absolutely nothing
Yeah, it's true.
about the game.
That is very, very true. Yeah, but this pawn looks like it's not having a fun time downtown.
No, that pawn is a
Hanging
goner.
on for dear life.
Yeah.
And if you lose that pawn, then you get this real nice.
Pass pawn.
Yeah.
It'll be pawn up for MVL and time advantage. So he's feeling great right now. And A5. Ooh, Oparin lashing out.
Is the idea you have something like that?
I think Rook B5 definitely looks like a nice move. You can also take on A5.
Just here. Takes.
A queen B5, going for a rook endgame. Yeah, I think he might have missed the tactic. I think there was rook takes A5. Oops.
Not
A3.
there.
Good move. Rook A5, and then if rook takes A5,
Yeah.
then like pretty sick in between move rook B8 check. So leaving this guy on the board. But the point is that like
When he escapes.
white gets a big attack.
Oh.
Like here, and then rook E8 check. You come down here, and then eventually you can just like take the rook, and like you're winning, because black's king is just so
Yeah.
so weak. But no, this is actually quite hard to find. So queen B5 takes. He just wants the nice rook endgame. Rook A5 and okay.
This is a nice rook endgame.
Nice extra pawn
But
for
at
white.
the same time, we have our own pass pawns too.
Yeah, black has counterplay.
They're
so
a little slow, but
technique
yeah,
is
there
not
we
easy
go.
here. And already actually eval drops.
Now it's still
so
tough.
Something happened. C4 he should have played, but
you get your pass pawn.
that's
but you're
risky,
allowing
you allow-
these pass pawns.
exactly. So he's trying to keep it without risk.
Hmm.
And apparently maybe rook D4 here, trading off some rooks was better.
Well, it certainly is without risk.
ED4. Yeah, white's not risking anything here, but he might have de-risked his way out of a win. You know, and he might regret that later on because he could have put it away possibly.
Yeah, it really only took that, right? And now it might give his opponent a chance to come back. Yeah.
Well, at least if Oparin holds this, which still
Is an if, yeah.
then he'll have white in the last game, and he'll have another chance at the Frenchman.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think we should
Still starting,
see this
yeah.
one play out. Curious how this rook endgame will go. It's tricky. I mean, white has a half extra pawn, let's say. But it is important, this extra b pawn. Because someday you might trade one pawn for the other. And then rook d2 here.
Yeah, rook d2,
exactly.
hold on to your pawn.
But rook to b3? But still, white's king can
come in and infiltrate, yeah.
come in, exactly. King goes to c4, and you're going to have to give up the pawn. So it's going to be extra pawn here for white, but will he convert? Ooh.
And this king is stuck in no man's land. This king's on g8 doing, like, nothing, honestly.
King is far. Well, white's doing well. No hard defense ahead here for Oparin.
And he's thinking, and also look at the time. It's 5 minutes and 40 seconds to 1 minute and 36. That's not...
It's not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good, but we've seen harder holds be held.
Mm-hmm.
We have.
King d4.
Yeah, so we're kind of seeing the ideas. The king whips around.
Exactly. King d6. King d3. Take the pawn. Oh no, b4. b4.
Get
much
it more
stronger.
advanced?
Take the pawn with the rook. Ooh, MVL. No, he's feeling it now. He's feeling it now.
He's eating his Wheaties.
Yeah. He studied his rook endgames today. Ooh, and Oparin taking more time because he realizes this is very, very dangerous. Because white has an extra pawn, active pieces. It's a lot.
It's still totally holdable.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
I do. I think so. I mean, with time, it's a little tough, but he's a sneaky player. He's found things.
There's chances.
There's ways.
Yeah, I mean, all rook endgames are drawn.
But MVL really wants this. He wants the easy win. He doesn't want to keep playing.
Yeah. Okay, rook
Okay,
h8.
swings around.
h3 now, I think. Just hold on to the pawn.
Could you just keep pushing and ignore completely, or is that dangerous?
You could try b5, rook h2, b6.
H3?
No, h3. I think
simple.
MVL's been
nice.
playing this game very, solidly. Which is a little odd because he can calculate like a million miles a second. But so far it has worked out for him. I mean, he has very serious winning chances here. Okay, king c3. Now take with check. Okay, black's king has gone over, and black can now deal with the b pawn. And as you can see, white switches to the king side. Exactly the right moment. Principle of two weaknesses. As soon as the king is over here, it's going to be hard to push the b pawn, but now you can go after.
And also, this rook doesn't really have quick attacks on anything.
Yeah, it's a little bit misplaced. He can take on...
Yeah. Well, can he?
b4. No,
Yeah.
but it's going to be a trade. It's going to be rook b7 check.
And then his king is just super far, yeah.
So he can give check. And he just resigns. Oh, and that's it. Because he can give... If he takes right away, it's rook b7. Right?
Yeah.
You just lose. But if you give check, the problem is white just goes here. Take this way again, check.
And your king
Just
is
winning
far from
king
the
and pawn
action.
game, right? And if king takes, then check anyway. Check here, and that's it.
And it is donezo.
And if you don't take the pawn, then you're 2 pawns down, and it's just hopeless.
There's nothing to
So MVL
really vibe
advancing
with there.
Division 2, looking very strong. Looking real strong. Let's go to Levon.
Levon and Wesley, and this game is heating up. Let's see what happened here.
Oof, yeah.
Let's see what happened
Let's see
here.
what happened. What's up, Squilzy? Okay, classic Italian game. Part of everyone's repertoire these days. And at some point, Levon played d4.
Wowza.
Which Compy says is, am I reading that correctly? Double question mark.
Okay.
D takes e4, knight e5.
And this is the live position.
Takes and...
Tacticos.
Yeah, I guess what is happening here? D, E. Bishop takes b3, ef6. Bishop takes d1.
Ah, and you hit it with tempo, which is also something we've been seeing.
Levon might have miscalculated this. Oh wait, it's his turn. So he hasn't taken back yet.
Mm-mm.
And I think yeah, he has a problem here because if he takes back, then it's just a pawn up for black. And this position, I think black's winning more material. And you're just up an exchange and a pawn. So big miscalculation here from Levon with d4. And Wesley punishing again.
Wesley's really been on it today.
Yeah, very precise. So the winner of this match plays Oparin, who just lost to MVL. Oparin now gets to wait. And that's it. What? Just a healthy extra pawn for Wesley.
And he's just going to go for it. But this is the first game of the new match, right? So there's still time to come back there.
They'll have second game. But if Wesley wins this as black, oh, folks.
That would be really tough to come back
Big
from.
start.
I don't think we've seen anyone come back from something like that, right? Not yet.
It's a good question. Have we seen any huge comebacks?
We've seen
Struggling
like
to
huge
remember.
blunders or huge saves, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure we've seen match.
We definitely seen
comebacks.
players come back from a 1-0. And probably we have seen someone win with black on demand.
Yeah. We also have a game in D3 if you want to check it out. And folks, in approximately 8 minutes, we DoorDashed some food and we'll run down and also get that food and eat while we talk to you.
Oh, okay.
You want to? We can take turns eating too.
Yeah, I thought we'd just take a quick break when we get the food. Like
How
I don't
fast
mind.
can you eat your Chipotle?
I can man the stream. I might just eat later. Yeah, I might.
No.
Surprise everyone.
The commentators haven't had breakfast yet.
No, I'm good. I mean, we'll see. We'll be. We'll figure it out, folks. We'll figure it out. You don't have to be a part of this conversation.
I'm all for commentators eating breakfast. But do you want to check out D3 for a second?
Yeah. Let's go to D3.
Okay, we will switch over to D3 for y'all and transitioning over, getting Z games. And we have a game that is down to the wire here.
Oh.
Wow. So this is the first match, or the first game of the losers bracket semifinals.
Losers semifinal.
Yeah.
So Niels Grandelius, who lost to Andreken earlier, he's going to play the winner of this match to get a second chance at the grand final.
A second chance at the big sauce.
The big bucks.
Exactly.
Okay, Division 3. So what's happening here? White is up 2 pawns.
Yeah, and you only get 2 games here, and so you kind of want to win as white.
Yeah, definitely. First game
But
of 2.
this isn't like an easy win for white in any way, shape, or form.
No, not at all. Black has a lot of counterplay here. You're hitting the C pawn. You're hitting the A pawn. It seems like black might even be okay. But,
Despite like having all these extra pawns.
yeah. Now knight takes C4 now, looks like.
A little dangerous, yeah.
A move. Take this one. Oh, that's the other window.
I see you. I will,
You can see why I keep going back. Yeah.
There
Exactly.
we go.
Rook F1. Okay. Going passive. But knight D3 is hitting F2. Now maybe rook B4, rook C2, rook A2. All these moves look reasonable.
Yeah, it's
on
hard to
A4
hold on to all your pawns here.
I think most likely this liquidates into a draw. But we'll see. Minlay, he's an amazing bullet player. So this is his territory.
And it's 38 seconds to 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Classical, probably a draw, but it's a little tough to hold.
Yeah, 2 second increments, anything can happen for sure.
It's about to get spicy, given 20 more seconds.
Yeah. It's going to heat up.
It's going to
real
heat up.
quick.
Cooks in the kitchen.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Our cooks have not been very masterful in this kitchen, but we shall see some cooking.
Yeah.
We shall see some cooking.
Gordon Ramsay will be proud.
Gordon Ramsay will be very proud. I would love like a chess cooking crossover with Gordon Ramsay.
That would be great.
That'd be where you can yell at chess players and be like, "Bad end game."
We need a Gordon Ramsay of chess. Like you put him as a coach of like some kids, like some juniors.
And he can just like
and he looks at their
them.
games and he's like, What is this? What is this? Why didn't you move your bishop?
Isn't that like every coach ever? Oh, this is a little rough. What happened here?
Ooh, looks like black has overtaken the advantage. It's got bishop versus knight now. Takes. In the time scramble, Min
And
decided
now he
to
has
give up the bishop.
passed pawn, but it's 9 seconds to 8 seconds. Okay, now it's gonna get spicy.
Very spicy.
Sounds like a mix between Feingold and Jesse. That actually, I was gonna say Ben Feingold.
Yeah, Jesse can be pretty.
Yeah,
Pretty
this
rough.
is a little tough.
A4.
2 seconds.
And
5, 4.
bishop D5, bishop E6. Now this bishop is just very strong.
I know, and you
Before.
always have to be a little worried about
what's
some
he
of
doing?
these checks.
Don't repeat. Bishop e3, that's fine. It's still tough for white here because this a pawn is very annoying. But he just can't seem to find a square for the bishop.
And he really wants to press for the win, which could be a bad thing actually here
could,
if he really presses for the win.
Could mess up, exactly.
Loses on time, loses on position. It's really
You can get mated
really
here.
tough.
Watch out for knight at f6, rook on e8.
Yes, that's very hard to stop.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be so careful.
No, all three results possible here on the time scramble. But white here actually is no longer risking because he can just take the bishop and go rook b5, and he's
pressing for the win now.
So white is also
So
playing.
both
I think
people are
both sides
pressing,
are kind of playing here. And Min is now advancing on the king side. This isn't so funny for black. Oh, goes back. Okay.
Trying to get a little increment maybe.
e3, maybe f4 now.
It's tough because sometimes you really want that draw and you want that repeat, you know, but
yeah, I think actually now black, I think he's now okay with a draw. I think he's realized he can't win any longer.
And it's not a huge time difference, but I don't know, 7 seconds, 14 seconds, it can make the difference here.
Yeah, no, I think Min Lei feels much more comfortable here in the scramble. Just he seems to be playing like using his time, not panicking. He's improved his position tremendously.
Yeah. And who said bullet doesn't help people?
Yeah, who said that?
Who said bullet doesn't help people?
Uh-oh, king g6. Hold on. Now the g-pawn hangs.
And you just let it go?
Maybe you spoke too soon. Oh, this is scary.
But it's a little,
But there's no mate.
a little sauce. You could give a few checks, get some time back, but your opponent might also get some time back.
Black is up a pawn now.
Oh, and it's swinging. Now he's the one with 1 second to flag. Just in the nick of time.
Rook b1. Okay, I think now white's okay with a draw.
Oh my! And look at the time scramble.
The king's
don't flag! This is giving us a heart attack here.
Oh no!
Are they gonna take a draw? Are they gonna take a draw?
No, no way. Black wins this.
You think Black's gonna win this?
Black wins this. Yeah, he's bringing the king in.
You just give checks and just try to survive.
Knight c6. Okay, knights are tricky.
Okay,
Rook
run.
b5 and king comes in. You start running the a pawn. Oh, a3 right away. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm stressed for both players here.
Yeah, the technique is.
And he needs
nice.
to think
move,
he
move,
doesn't.
move.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. 0.6. I saw his life flash before my eyes. Okay, king c4. He's still. A pawn is still alive. I think he got this now. I think he's got it.
You think he's got it?
I think he's got it. You gotta go rook a1 and king comes in. King c3, king b2. That's it. That's it. It's game over.
You think?
Morales taking this one.
Oh my. I think we see it.
Oof.
That was so tough. That was anyone's game there.
What a game. What a game, man. But Min Lei, I mean, he had many chances to draw that, I gotta say. And thank you, Lily, for the stream. At any point here,
that was so rough.
I mean,
and you see it, both players were pressing for the win.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's what I want to say. You could just take care as white, go rook b5. You're never losing this. Rook behind the pawn.
Literally anything happens.
But no, he's pushing for the win, and he got burned.
The cooks have not been.
Cooks don't cook. You
good
overcooked
in the
it.
kitchen.
You really overcooked it. Overcooked part 3. So they're on to
in
their
the second game. They have a second game now, and that means he's in a must-win position here as Black.
Yeah, let's go to Division 2. We got Levon.
We shall take a look
against Wesley, and they're in their first game. Queen endgame. This was the one where Wesley has the extra pawn. Looks like he's kept the extra pawn. So bravo, Wesley.
Wesley's just been playing great today.
Yeah, very nice.
He's really on it.
And he's trying to convert this. And he's got chances. Queen endgame's notoriously difficult to defend. So he's going to push.
Yeah, he has a little more time.
Maybe we flip the board. See it from the stronger side.
I like doing that too.
Yeah, it's more fun.
It's a little more fun.
You kind of want to convert. You kind of want to see it.
You want to see it.
Yeah.
Although we have seen some great saves from Aronian lately. So what you gonna do with that?
Yeah, Levon, very slippery as a player. Very slippery. But king e6, that king is coming in. He wants to go king d5, king c4, king b3.
Start taking off pawns.
He takes this one.
Then you'll have too much distractions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even if you can trade queens.
Queen share would be very nice for black. Yeah. That'd be instant win. You have the extra
You have this
pawn.
distraction pawn. But the time's equalizing here.
Yeah.
Time's equalizing.
So, Levon holding for now, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's an important moment.
It's hard. You have to just do nothing. So queen g8 check. Okay, gives checks.
It's hard to know when to do nothing, too, because your position can easily just be destroyed. You move around a little bit, and you're just kaputs.
Okay. Now what? Queen f7 maybe for black? Or do you move the king up? Okay, queen f7. Queen g4 check. You still got king d5.
I will run down and get the Chipotle.
Cool.
Be nice. Be nice. Be nice.
Okay, let's see. Rough defense. Queen g5. Interesting. Okay, cutting off the king. Folks, what do you think? You think Wesley's going to convert this, or does Levon hold the draw? Levon, very good. Cutting off the king. Now what to do? Queen f5, that allows white to repeat with queen g8. Hard to make progress here, actually. White's king is well placed, kind of stopping the pawn. So king d7 goes back. And now maybe looking to come up this way. But you got to be careful. You don't want to get yourself accidentally mated somehow. Can we update the brackets? Yes, actually. That's a good idea. Give me 1 second here, folks. Meanwhile, Wesley tries to convert this one. And then we'll get the new brackets up momentarily. Oh, oops, let's go back. Okay.
And it's down to the wire here.
Yes, it is.
We have 13 seconds, 11 seconds to 48 seconds. But it's still kind of a tough hold. Levon is too much of an OG. He's going to hold the draw, you think?
So far, he's defending very well. Wesley hasn't been able to make huge progress.
He's made some great defense this entire tournament, basically.
Yeah.
His defense has been fantastic. We've seen some like dead lost positions from him.
That he's turned around. No, absolutely.
Yeah. And that king's going to have a hard time getting away. I wonder if it's even possible for Wesley to overpush in this situation.
Probably not, because he's got the pawn up. I can't see him.
3 seconds.
I can see him flagging. Yeah. I don't see him losing on the board.
You see him flagging?
I could see him flagging, yeah.
I don't think we've seen a flag that isn't like a completely dead lost so far in this tournament.
Yeah, maybe not.
So that'd be a little tough.
But it happens, especially when you have a good position, you're trying to be precise. Yeah, you think
want
for
it.
1 second too long. No, it's over now. Now it's just immediate draw. Okay, perpetual happening on the board.
But that's still kind of a win in Wesley's book here because
never mind.
Oh.
Levon says, what perpetual?
I guess he wants to flag him?
Let's play on Wesley. Yeah, he's got nothing to
No,
lose.
that makes sense. That makes sense because you don't want to be in a position where you're down and you have to win with black.
But no, I think he's just going to make the draw.
Okay, let me see it, yeah.
He just wanted to sputter around a bit. Okay, they're on to their game 2. And so we have 2 matches going on. This one and the Karthikeyan Min-Lei match.
Yeah, I was thinking while we eat our food, we can put up a game, one of the games on the board.
Sure. You want to take a quick break or?
Yeah, maybe just like quick food break.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. Here, let's jump to.
Well, it's not super adventurous.
Division 3. This is their. Whoa.
Okay, well, actually,
Whoa.
maybe we should take a look.
Yeah. No, Jules, if you want to go eat real quick, I can.
No,
I
it's
can
okay.
help the
Okay,
stream.
no,
It's
we
totally
can we
fine.
can take a quick look.
Okay.
We'll
Because I'm offering selfishly. Like you can take your break, and then
and
I'll
then
take my break later.
and then we'll have this. Okay.
So
very well.
Totally
I will
up
eat
to
my
you.
food.
Yeah. And because we'll have more matches
Yeah,
later
I'll eat for a
anyway.
little.
So
I won't be too long.
all right, great, folks. Nothing worse than a hungry commentator. And all right, so let's catch up with what's happening here though, because Karthikeyan is already up 1 point in this match, and looks like this one just went very wrong for Min-Lei. So I'm just curious. Let's look at the opening. We had Rui Lopez. Okay, some trendy bishop c5 97 stuff. d5, black strikes back in the center. White takes on c6. And Morali here just needs a draw with white, so he plays this very solidly. And queen h4, just sacrificing the queen side. But looks like white was able to defend this one. g3 and 97 check. Wow, that's a nice one. Okay, that is really nice. If takes, there's knight to d5, which is yeah, that's a nice trick. So king h8, knight d5 anyway, and white will be winning material. Takes here, takes. Rook e1. Ooh, very nice play from Morali. He's just feeling it. He's got the back rank. If rook takes, then queen takes, and you're threatening queen e8 mate. Looks great for white. Looks fantastic. And he's still up a pawn. And this knight on h3 also just seems stranded. So Engine is giving a huge score for white. I think that's because this knight on h3 is kind of a goner in the long run. So now you have queen e2 as an option, knight e7, queen e3 as well. Yeah, a lot of good moves for white. So it looks like Morali is going to be winning this one. In the meantime, why don't we fix the other brackets here real quick. Got division 2. Those. There's our division 2 brackets. There we go. Oh, we messed things up a bit. There we go. Queen e3, nice move. He's got the back rank threat with queen e8 check. Morali defeated Magnus in Dubai over the board. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. That was last year, wasn't it? Wait, I'm messing this up. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. He takes h6. Man, Morali is just on fire. And that's it. I mean, this game is over. This match is over. Min, he's going to keep fighting, but his opponent is just too strong. Especially after that first game, winning that time scramble in the end game. That was not easy. And that's a King H3, and that's resigns. So Morali, he wins the semi-final. And that means next he is going to play Niels Grandelius, folks. You can see in the bracket below. Currently updating it for Division 2 as well. You can see Division 3 down there. So Morali wins this match. He'll face Niels Grandelius. That's going to be starting soon, actually. And then the winner of that match will then face Dmitry Andreikin in the grand final. In the meantime, let me get this other Division 2 bracket up. So we have Levon against Wesley So. In fact, I'm going to switch back to their match in just a sec because their game 2, I'm sure, has started. And yeah, let's go back to Division 2. Okay, Division 2. Let's find our live game. And So against Aronian, they haven't started their game 2 yet. This should be starting very soon. And there we go. So they drew their first game. That means if they draw this game as well, they're going to Armageddon, which we haven't seen yet today. So far, all the matches have been decided in regulation. And oh, Wesley looks like he's just making a draw. Looks like he's going for the Berlin draw. He's like, I'm not going to try with white. Let's just go to Armageddon. Okay. Interesting decision. We'll see if it works out for him. This makes our job easy. Lifeless draw. The players move to Armageddon. Very interesting. Okay, so we'll be seeing Armageddon there soon. The winner of this match plays Oparin. And then the winner of that match will play MVL in the grand final. But looks like they're going to put their bids in for the Armageddon, and then they'll be starting soon. Okay, so how does Armageddon work? Basically, both players put up a bid. How much time they're willing to take in order to take the black pieces and have draw odds. Draw odds very valuable. We've seen black win a lot of games in Armageddon since they draw, and then they win in the case of a draw. So players have been bidding anywhere from like 7.5 minutes, somewhere in that range, in order to take black. And so whoever bids lower will get the black pieces along with their bid. And I think they maybe even get to choose to play against their opponent's bid if they want to with white. But yeah, the player that bids lower typically will get black with their bid, so they'll have less time, and it's a no increment game. So white will have 10 minutes, black will have something like 7.5 minutes. No increment, that's a big advantage for the side with extra time, but black has draw odds. So that's kind of how it balances it out. It forces a winner, and yeah, that's why they call it Armageddon. So that is going to be happening soon. Let me see if Division 3 is going to be starting anything. I think Division 3 is on a tiny break. Okay, folks, you know what? I think we'll take a break right now since we don't have... Well, actually, no, the Armageddon should be starting soon, so I don't think we should go on a break. Because yeah, Armageddon is going to be coming up, and we're gonna wanna catch that. But they're submitting their bids, they're setting it all up. Oh, it looks like Division 3 lower finals have begun. That is exciting. Let's see if we can find those games. We got Morali Karthikeyan against Niels Grandelius. The Division 3 losers bracket final. But where is that game?
Hello. I had a couple bites of my food.
Nice. Great. Nothing happening yet. Levon and Wesley going to Armageddon. That game hasn't started yet, and here we are going to have the first game in Division 3 losers bracket final between Murali Karthikeyan and Niels Grandelius. Karthikeyan just winning 2-0 against Min Lei.
Wow.
Well, it looks like Armageddon has started.
Okay, and we have the bids, and the bids were pretty low. Wow. And they're very close. Guys, Wesley bid 7 minutes and 9 seconds, and Levon bid 6 minutes and 58 seconds. So that's a very, very close bid.
Yeah, very close. And we see them getting a little bit lower, so players wanting to play black.
Well, especially, I think, with this matchup, right?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, in the Wesley-Levon game, I mean, we can
players
go
are
back
very
there
solid.
because this is game one. I mean, Wesley in his white game, he just went for the Berlin draw. So if you're Levon, you're thinking, all right, if this is the best you can do, and yeah, I'll take black in the Armageddon game. Thank you very much. And here we have it. Of course, no Berlin draw this time. Wesley in a must-win situation. And bishop g5, knight c3. Okay, h6, bishop e3. And big game. I love seeing Wesley in must-win situations because it brings the tiger out, you know?
Yes. There's a saying that, like, sometimes every now and then, I forget if it was you who told me this, but every now and then someone tries to beat Wesley, and that's when he, like, goes claws out and, like...
yeah, big mistake.
Yeah, don't ever try to beat Wesley.
Big
Dead
mistake.
draw, okay, fine. But if you try to beat him, he will come out with a vengeance.
What? No, he'll mess you up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like those cats, you know, that, and he likes cats, too.
He likes cats?
He likes cats, and it's that cat who, like, it looks very cute in the corner, you know, and you go to pet it, and it's doing nothing, it's just, like, doing itself. You go to pet it, and it's like, you know?
Yeah.
That is Wesley.
That's
and you try
Wesley,
to beat him.
in a nutshell. So this one was an interesting opening, because Levon, already having developed his bishop b4 he plays, takes on c3 unprovoked, and just gives up the dark squared bishop.
MX Farce, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. You're amazing.
And now we've got this, and it's looks strategically balanced. 2 bishops for white, but kind of a weak structure. But I'd say this is good chances for Wesley. I mean, he has to win the game.
Is it really that weak of a structure, though? Because you're going to push d4, right, eventually?
Yeah. No, I think white's...
well, maybe that's what c5 is.
White's comfortable here, but
yeah.
No, d4 will happen as long as e-pawn doesn't hang. So yeah, I think he's defending this one. And then either d4 or f4 also could be on the agenda. Well, let's back up from the other game. So hear these move sounds. And okay, b6 from Levon. So Levon, he definitely took a big time disadvantage and no increment in this game, folks. So flagging
5 minutes to 8 minutes.
Very much on the table.
He just wanted it, though. You can't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, these
After
guys...
the Berlin draw, do you really want to get into another Berlin draw and try to win?
Right, like now you gotta beat the Berlin as well.
Yeah, you gotta beat the Berlin.
Good luck.
Have fun with that.
So both players bidding to play the Berlin. And okay, he takes, and d5 striking back in the center. Interesting. e5 here would be the natural instinct, just taking space. And maybe knight h7.
And also a huge misconception with players, I know around my rating, around a little lower rated, is sometimes they'll completely like write off certain openings, playing certain openings because they think it's drawish, because it's drawish at the upper levels. But what is drawish for a Wesley So and Levon is not drawish for the majority of people. So don't get scared from your Berlins. Don't get scared from your Petrovs.
Absolutely. That's definitely a pet peeve when people are like, oh, I don't want to play Berlin. It's too drawish. Like, bro, you're 1200, right? No one's going to want to draw you. Right? No offense, bro, but like, you don't got to worry about that right now.
And I actually kind of like this. What do you even call this? This like pawn upside down pyramid?
Maybe like I think it's like a diamond structure.
Yeah, you're gonna get this.
Yeah, you get the
then
little
it's gonna be a diamond.
So queen f3.
Not really caring about the dark squares. That bishop doesn't really.
Well, no. If knight f4, he's got the rook.
Oh, the rook's
gonna
just
snack on. Whoops. Oops, I broke everything.
But then you're gonna get bishop b7.
Where though? Because the queen will. Bishop e7 here.
Yeah, or is there some sort of c4 shenanigans?
Oh, he does take.
Okay.
Hold on.
Tacticos?
He's sacrificing the exchange. So maybe queen a8, he has queen g5 in mind.
Because but you're going to get immediately attacked and g2 is covered.
Yeah.
So what does that...
I don't know if it's enough for Levon, but...
Maybe you have some sort of bishop takes h3 shenanigans.
Well, that's why I want to start with queen g5, because then bishop h3, white can't trade the queens off. And you're instead dealing with the attack. So
wow.
Wesley's thinking about it here. He's like not taking this rook. I'm curious. Let's check with Compy. Yeah, Compy says if you take, you're in trouble after queen g5.
Queen g5.
Knight h3 is also a huge threat.
Wow. So I accidentally, by hanging a piece...
Found a brilliant move. Exactly.
Which was totally on purpose, Chad.
And now Wesley should just take back queen f4 and accept comfortable position. But psychologically, it's hard for him because he's in a must-win. And he's like, he wants to take the rook. What better way to win than to take material? But
then you're stuck defending.
Then he realized he'd be in trouble. So very smart play by Wesley. They're both players. Levon to sacrifice and Wesley to reject it. Wesley's still pushing.
He's pushing. He's massaging those pawns.
Yeah. Which pawns?
With these ones. You massage them up to like what?
I see. Got it. Yes. Yes. Okay, a5. Levon massaging his own pawns. No? I thought it was a good crack.
It doesn't work quite as well.
And Wesley he's only a minute ahead now on the clock. He started with 3 extra minutes. Here he's only up 1. So Levon catching up on time. But if he gets into a time scramble, Wesley's very fast.
Yes.
Very, very fast.
Yes, his blitz accounts. He's very good at blitz.
No, his bullet is amazing.
We've seen him
too.
we've seen him beat Hikaru even.
Nice move. Just bring all the pieces. This is actually looking a little scary for black. You got rook g3, rook f1, little knight f6 check in the air.
Little knight f6 checky check check.
Yeah, little checky check check.
Checky check check.
Ooh, queen b8. Offering an endgame.
Of course he's offering the endgame.
He's like, please, let's endgame, please.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. Like, I don't care what miss or whatever the engine says. Like, do you really want to go into an endgame that might be, like, slightly better for you?
Right, it doesn't feel smart in Armageddon. Yeah. In a normal game, maybe he would, try to press.
You're still up a little on time. You want to keep that.
Uh-oh. Well, definitely don't repeat. Knight of 6 check.
Knight of 6 check.
Oh.
Wesley coming out with the claws.
What a shot.
Mr. So.
What a shot. And look at this attack. If takes, just queen takes h6.
You're donezo.
You don't have this yet, but you do have like just rook f1 and it's just a slow build, but black is dead lost. Wesley, so.
Wow.
Ow. Okay, but king h8,
king
what's
h8.
The follow-up? What's he going to do after king h8? Levon, he wants to take the horse, but
he's not going to take the horse.
Then king h8 only move, I would suggest.
King h8.
Levon, you got no increments. Move. Move.
No, he has to calculate this out.
He does. He does have to check. Because maybe white only has a perpetual, right? And then you take the knights.
Then you're fine.
Then you're golden. But well, there's an old saying. If how does it go? If tall
and he takes.
Oh, he does take.
He takes.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Uh-oh. Bishop f5. Tries to defend. Rook f1 though. By the way, he also had rook a4 computer
Which makes
move.
a lot of sense. I don't know if that's quite a computer move, yeah.
I'm just saying that because I saw the computer. So for me, it's a computer move. But that would have been killer. Rook f1 also strong.
Wow.
And rook f4, rook h4. No, this is over.
This is tough. This is going to be very, very hard to defend against.
Yeah.
We'll finish this out and then we'll see what happens. We can look at what happened if king h8 as well, because I'm personally kind of curious about that one.
Yeah, we can go back to that moment. Absolutely.
But look at Wesley coming with claws out.
Rook f4. Oh.
How do you stop this?
See, this is Wesley So. This is Wesley So. What's not Wesley So is like the Berlin draw he made last game. Maybe that's also what. This is a different Wesley So. This is the Wesley So that we have come to know and love for many years. And yeah, Levon, he has to give up the
That
queen.
gives the queen.
Just to avoid mate, because rook h4, we should say, is just too strong of a
Yeah,
threat.
and that was the
Queen
best move.
h8.
You have to give up the queen.
So he's
And
trying
then
to
you're
hold on, but
stuck in this like very, very sad position.
he's still dead lost because the king is weak. White has h4, h5.
Yeah, like
ideas,
even if
rook g3.
you had equal material here, it'd be a little tough.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, do you mind if we look at the king g8?
Yeah, let's go back because I think Wesley will convert this.
So you go here.
So king h8 was only
King
move.
h8.
And I think what he wanted was rook e5 to
Rook
avoid the queen trade.
5. And
It looks nice for white. You're putting pressure on the king side. You know, you're trying to build
yeah, you
up.
can just kind of keep it.
Like, yeah, some knight h5 somewhere. Looking
You
for
don't really
sacks,
have to worry
bring the
about
rook
it.
in.
Yeah.
But this is what he should have done because it's not yet losing for black. Like he can still fight back and defend d4 or rook d8, a4. But yeah, he took, I guess, just underestimating the danger because this was just very strong. And I don't. It's not clear what he missed. Maybe it was just
Yeah.
a practical decision.
And a chatter says Wesley's never this aggressive. What we were just talking about earlier is, you know, you really see this come out when he needs the win or when someone tries to over push against Wesley. Like he can be extraordinarily aggressive.
Yeah.
Very strong blitz player, very strong bullet player.
Like, you know that meme, like the world if, and then it's like this futuristic
Yeah, like beautiful.
landscape, like parks everywhere. So that's the world if Wesley So was in an Armageddon game every game.
Every game. Could be world champion.
Yeah, he'd be like world champion, 2900.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's too late to see that side of Wesley. Like we certainly see it come out.
Yeah.
But then again, you know, chess, a lot of times you have to be practical. You have to make these practical decisions, even if it isn't as interesting for the viewers.
Yeah.
Well,
But
this is plenty interesting.
But class is permanent. Okay, h5. He could have just taken this a pawn last move with rook a3, but he goes h5.
Yes, it is.
And now Levon
Tom.
maybe has a chance to take and rook e1 check. And then a2. I think that's still very good for white, but at least it's a chance. No, Tom, this is the losers semifinal. The winner of
my
this
bad.
match will play Grigory Oparin
In the final.
in the
Yes.
losers final. Exactly. Okay, takes.
There's a whole system of people being like knocked down to different sections.
But I don't think this is going to work. You can give check and take the rook. And then, yeah, he just resigns
He
because
just resigns.
king takes e1 and then
And wow.
any a2 is just queen d1.
And it didn't
stopping
even
the
come
pawn.
down to time. It was just some beautiful play by Wesley So here. Just some gorgeous, let's go back, just
Yeah.
for the people in the back who didn't see it, hot moves on the board. He is ready. This is Wesley at the club,
No, you might
dancing
want
it
to
up.
sit down for this, folks.
You might want to
Yeah.
get your fans out.
Get your lemonade ready.
Knight F6, and it's beautiful. We looked at what happens with the King of Voids, but he goes for it. He does not see as big of a threat. Queen takes. Everything is just coming in here, and you are forced to take this queen for a rook exchange. Like, just
Give
not
up
to
the
get
queen
mated.
to
Give up the
avoid
queen, and then
white
it's just
mated.
over.
Yeah,
Just some beautiful play by Wesley So.
absolutely.
Ronian's also had a great run, but he is unfortunately knocked out,
And he's out.
bringing us to this crazy matchup.
Yeah. Next, we're going to get the losers final between Wesley So and Grigory Oparin. And that, folks, was your chess.com moment of the day.
Well, we don't know, actually.
No, we don't know.
We
yet.
don't know.
All right.
We
Well,
have-
in
we
case
have-
it was, you
In
can
case it was.
clip it and
clip
ship
it for us.
Yeah, clip it and ship it.
We need content too, guys. It's rough.
Okay, let's quickly switch to Division 3.
Yeah, where we have our I think it's our winners bracket. Yeah.
This
No,
is the losers final.
losers
So
final,
Division
yeah.
3 is a little bit ahead. They're already on their losers final with Karthikeyan against Grand Delius.
And this is wow. Okay,
This is
how did
game
this
1.
how did the cookie get scrambled here?
Jules, maybe I'll take my break
Yes,
now.
go ahead.
So we got this game, and then I guess the So game against Oparin should
Yes.
start at some point.
That will be starting pretty soon, guys. I will keep us updated on that. He'll eat quickly. If not, I'll send him very aggressive text messages.
Yeah.
But let's see what happened here. All right, and we already have this kind of wild structure going on here. Oh, so a lot of times I always get scared castling early, and I feel like a lot of people do, because you never want to be hit by this evil G5 kind of thing. You never want to be hit by these absolute, like, destroyer pawns while you're already castled and your opponent's not. Because here I'd even argue that white's kingside is a little bit more vulnerable than black's kingside, even though he's uncastled. So let's see what happens here. Knight. Ooh. That bishop is having a little fun there. Takes. It feels like this is blocking it out a little in his perfect world. Maybe he can even get in something like a G4 here. Let's see if that goes down. Yeah, G4 top move. And this is our live game so far here. Our live game so far. And this is for the final sauce, y'all. This is the final losers bracket game. It really all comes down to this, what we're seeing right now. I think this might be match 1. Yes, I believe we're on match 1. But actually, if black can manage to win here, then I don't know, it's gonna be very hard for Karthikeyan to come back, take a win as black next round. So something a little saucy happened here. Okay, it really wanted G4 to solidify. We can see that, and now we see black has taken G4 for themselves here, and this is not as fun of a structure to uphold. The queen is coming in, and it is not quite a vibe. It is not quite a vibe here. By the way, where are you guys all coming in from? Where are you watching from? Where are you? What is your time zone? What's your social security? No, I'm just kidding. Don't tell me that unless you want to. But I would love to hear where you're all coming from. Right now we are streaming from the not so sunny St. Louis, and we're really happy to be here. It is approximately 1:20 in the afternoon, which is why we are eating food separately. But we have some crazy moves on the board. This seems supernatural, B3 here. But why is it so bad? Let's take a look. Let us take a look. It is Z-Pen here. We have Z-Pin here, and if you just defend, maybe it just allows the queen to get in a little bit. Okay, so we get a slightly different pin, but same idea. There are a lot of threats going on here. This is defended. It really wants the queen to end up on E5 here. Queen E5. Kind of wondering why. Central time zone, Phil says Baltimore Eastern Standstill time. Is that actually, like, a thing? I don't even know what time zone I'm technically in. Probably Central time zone. West Coast, cloudy coffee time. It's pretty early West Coast. Thank you for all the West Coast viewers who are coming in. I know it is very early for you as well. You probably have a better sleep schedule than we do over here in St. Louis, but you don't know. Colorado Mountain Time. India, 12 a.m. Okay, that is definitely the most commitment of a time zone. Or is it actually? I think it's very fun to watch streams in chess in the middle of the night, 12 a.m. I feel like that's a lot of fun. But you see that too. Some of these players are logging in from all different time zones. Some players are logging in from 3 a.m. Some players are having to play at midnight. So I wonder how that affects their chess, really. Ontario, Canada. We have a viewer from Ontario, Canada, 2:28 p.m. Still married to Dina. I am still married to Dina. Miss my wife. Been a while. And here we have... Okay, Rook takes H5. Looks like you just kind of are infiltrating pretty quickly. This is not a super pleasant position here for white. And that's a very tough position to be in. Oh, I didn't even look at the time. It is 40 seconds to 2 minutes. You have to defend this with 40 seconds, and then you're going to have to come back and win as black next round if you're Karthikeyan and you lose this game. So no one really wants that, well, except for Niels here. And we see it on the board. Takes. Really wants a queen trade here. Queen trade would... I think queen trade would make white pretty happy, because even though they're down a pawn, now all of a sudden they don't really have to worry as much about their super vulnerable king. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Really, Engine Compy has been begging for queen e5 for a little bit here. But it looks like white is happy just to repeat. You also did want to be a little careful of any sort of tricks, but it looks like, well, actually, that's a little scary. Let's say we get some sort of queen e5 action covering this. We don't have to worry about that. But if the queen moves elsewhere, I don't know. You don't want to hang any sort of these shenanigans. With 37 seconds, though, I don't think it will really happen. Here in Slovakia, Sabino says is 8:28 p.m. That is also a good time. I love watching streams when I'm cooking dinner. Oh, we have a queen trade. Okay, queen trade on their terms. You've got this really nice passed pawn. Very simple. Very simple. Gives white a little bit more chance to hold, but they have... Black has the bishop pair. Black has the advanced pawn. The king can kind of just scooch over eventually. Maybe bring your rook over, slide it over. It becomes really hard for white to defend, especially with this time. King to f3. Bishop, save your bishop. Please, please save your bishop. We've seen mouse slips though. It happens. Anything can happen here. Knight d1. Knight needs to swing around. Put some more pressure on this pawn. We really want to keep this pawn if you're Niels here. You really want to keep this pawn. This pawn is kind of holding everything together because as long as this pawn exists, you are going to be fine. Okay, now we have maybe chances for the rook to slide around and have kind of easy access. Takes, 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 and we're really low on time here. Look at this. We've managed to keep it all together. This is falling. We have pawns falling. Maybe we'll even be okay with these two pawns left. These two bishops are really tricky, especially if you have 12 seconds on the clock. 12 seconds on the clock here. That is wild. Absolutely wild here. I'll try to scooch over a little bit, even set the gain up a little bit, but we'll stay on the live board. Rook a2, and actually the time is equalizing a little bit. I wouldn't say it's equalizing that much, but you know, you've still got to play careful. This is an advantage, but we have seen advantages like this be thrown in the dirt in this tournament. Knight e4, knight e4. You really want to trade off one of these bishops, which, no, you want to keep your bishop pair. You want to keep your bishop pair. Where would you want to put your bishop? Where would you want to put your bishop if you could? It's a little tough to decide where. Okay, apparently that is wrong, but I totally get the idea for it because you want to keep your bishop. Ah, but you lose your bishop pair anyway with knight c3, which is on the board and played, and that is your advantage, folks. I mean, maybe you can pick off these pawns, but if you give up your light squared bishop, you've got this light squared bishop to defend this pawn, and you're going to kind of be stuck making sure this pawn doesn't advance, and I think we're going to see that. Really going to see that here. Now it's going to be so hard to pick off this pawn. This might end up being a draw, this crazy hold. Absolute crazy hold. Is Wesley versus Aparin first to 1.5 or first to 2.5? I think it's best of 2. Yeah, and we see this trade, and we're just going to kind of see a draw here. I mean, this is as drawish as it comes, and that is actually a very crazy save from Karthikeyan, bringing them into kind of an equal score, well, exactly an equal score, going into the next match. Let me see if we have any games. And we should go to, as I will be calling this one a draw. Yeah. We'll take a look at Division 2 with Wesley versus Oparin. Very interesting games here. We'll bring it over. Look at this this tech going on here. Here we go. And now we have the Wesley versus Oparin game. Right here. Okay, let's see what happened, folks. Where's my co-commentator? He's eating his lunch. He gave me a small break to eat some bites of lunch, so I'm giving him a small break to eat some bites of lunch. E4, C5. All right. We have a Rosalimo here. Takes. Okay, and I think this is the losers bracket final, and this is game 1. And it's a tough position, but if you're Wesley, you want to win this game. Obviously, not just because you want the win, but because you don't want to be in a position where you accidentally lose and then you are forced next round to get that win as black. Although nobody puts Wesley in a corner, as we've seen. He is more than capable of going for the win, very aggressive. But this will be very interesting. Aparn's been playing great, knocked out some huge names lately, been playing very, very well. It'll be very interesting to see how this goes. He's more than capable here. Yeah, our commentators do need to eat eventually, as much as we would like to be. Well, no, we would always like to be eating. We'd always like to be eating here. Alrighty. I can't lie and say I'm super familiar with my Rosalimo theory, but it seems like just some easy ideas are bringing the rooks over here. Maybe some sort of a4 break here, although if you push down, maybe you can just continue pushing. That's more, I think a lot of these moves are just much more natural for people who are very familiar with these structures that they play a lot. I play Open Sicilian, so I've played Rosalimo before, and it's never really gone that well for me, but maybe we will learn some things here. Guys, what openings do you play against the Sicilian if you're an e4 player? I know a lot of people really struggle with the Open Sicilian, really struggle against the Sicilian. You'll see so many anti-Sicilians nowadays. I think Rosalimo barely counts as anti-Sicilian, but yeah, they're very annoying to face. And now we have this open file. There's not a real easy way to contest this for black right away. Not a super easy way to contest this. Open Sicilian is very, very fun. I do agree with that. It's a lot of theory. It's very tough. I get why people don't want to go into it, especially in these tournament games against these children, these kids nowadays, and you're forced to play like 25 moves of theory. I understand. Yeah, Rosalimo's also fun. You get some of these sharp openings. That's why, I don't know if it's quite, I guess it is an anti-Sicilian. Is it? Someone said you're the one girl from Insta Reels. I am, in fact. Here, Rook FD1. Rook FD1 makes a lot of sense. You just want to aim at this pawn. This pawn isn't doing much. And on a lot of these structures, eventually they're going to want to, kind of trade off this pawn, because this pawn could become a major target down the line, but still pretty early. And we're seeing a time difference, 6 minutes, 42 seconds to 8 minutes and 31 seconds. What makes an anti-Sicilian an anti-Sicilian? I honestly think the definition of anti-Sicilian, not 100% sure, but my best guess would be just anything that's not Open Sicilian. Honestly, so I feel like that's it. But when you think anti-Sicilian, you think like Smith-Morra Gambit. You think Grand Prix, you think closed Sicilian. You don't really think, or Alapin. Oh, forbid, the Alapin, not the Alapin. If you're really being evil, the Alapin, or the delayed Alapin. Oh, oof, disgusting. But you don't usually think, I don't know, anything too crazy. We got distracted. Hello. Commentator is back. What is up? What's the
action?
Rosalimo.
What's going on?
Rosalimo.
Nicholas Rosalimo?
Yes. He has come back to play this match. Rook FE1 here. Rook FE1.
Jules, for someone, let's say, just joining, for example, people in this room or in chat. What match are we on, and what's the score?
For someone who hasn't been following because they've been eating Chipotle.
Just for example, someone.
This is the final of the losers bracket game 1.
Got it.
For Division 2.
Division 2, losers final.
Losers final.
Okay, that means the winner plays Dmitry Andreikin in the grand final. Is that correct? Yeah.
I believe so. Ooh, go you.
Let's go.
And this is totally not for you who has been following the entire time, I'm sure.
Yeah. No.
No. Just for the noobs.
Absolutely.
In the back, right?
Yeah. Okay, so Aparin. Aparin, of course, coming down from this loss against MBL. And position on the board looks quite healthy, though, for Black. I think he's totally fine. But Wesley, man, what a beast. Oh, excuse me. The winner plays MVL. Yes, and Draken is leading Division 3. And Draken is leading Division 3, excuse me. And the winner of the other match. So do we still have this Niels game against Morali going on? Or where are they at?
Yeah, for Division 3.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
Yeah, we can take a quick look if you would like.
Maybe that game is not so developed. So if you just hover over, okay. So we have 2 games going on. Okay, this is game 2.
Do you want to switch?
Maybe we should stick to this one because yeah, the first game was a draw, so this game might decide the whole match.
Yeah, we can transition real quick.
Okay, great. We'll keep an eye on the Wesley game.
All right, and we will take a look. Thank you so much for the sub, Merman. I really appreciate it. 22 is my lucky number, actually.
Oh wow!
Fun fact: I have a birthday on the 22nd.
So people are subbing on your channel. Very interesting. Very. No.
Well, I wasn't the one off eating Chipotle, huh?
I'm just kidding.
Hashtag fire Kostya.
All right.
Bring in Magnus or Hikaru or
What have we got?
who else? Who else would be fun?
F4.
I have a cousin.
What can we say about this position? It looks like White is putting some pressure. He's hitting C7, but Black has like a couple ways to defend this guy.
Yeah, winner plays MVL, I believe, for Division 2. The winner of this plays
Draken.
Draken.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Always happy for the sub. It's a great way to support every channel and our great commentators, our great channel, including all, except for Kostya.
Your humble commentators.
Except for Kostya.
Except for...
Not Kostya.
What?
Not Kostya.
Why not?
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Wait, hold on, folks.
It's always fun to bully Kostya. Lots of fun. We very much enjoy it here. And as we go on, just making sure we aren't super oversaturated as we're looking at this game. Here, it's just saturated enough.
Looks like Karthikeyan's really tanking in this first one. And, I mean, he just won a great match against Minlay, so he should be feeling confident.
But he had a rough match. He just barely held it from the jaws of defeat last game. It was very
the first
close.
game. I see
yeah,
that
first
they
game.
drew.
It was just barely from the jaws of defeat.
Gotcha.
I can show you real quick in the chat, just a quick recap in this.
Sure.
We had this, I think it was most challenging.
Yeah,
here.
I saw this one. Niels was winning this.
Absolutely.
And then somewhere
it's just
he
a
blew
tough
it.
structure. They went for the queen trade.
Yeah.
Even that was good, but eventually everything got traded off, and he found this really nice move, knight c3, and you lose your bishop. It's all a little bit more even.
So he held the draw. Well, if anything, I mean, that would suggest Morales should be feeling good. You know, he held the draw from a losing
It's still
position.
tough. Like, you have to get your head back into the mindset. Hello, HPV Bat. I am doing well. How are you, Kostya?
Doing great.
Enjoyed your Chipotle?
Exciting games. Yes,
Very
very
exciting.
Much. Very much so.
Very much so. And here we have it. And look at this time difference. This is not Armageddon, folks. 3 minutes to 7 minutes and 56 seconds.
Big advantage for Niels on the clock. The question is, can he actually do anything on the board? Like, I don't.
Yeah, it looks a little dry.
He has this e-file, which is pretty. So I'm wondering if he's got some queen e3, queen e5.
It seems a little slow.
I think bishop c6 Black has to defend against everything.
If we do get into the end game, this bishop pair could be sassy. I mean, right now everything's being held down a little bit. You can't really move any of your pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe simplifying would not be a bad strategy for Black here.
I think given the chance, yeah, Black would be happy with an endgame as long as, you know, you don't get like completely tied down on the back rank or something.
Yeah.
But Niels, he's spending some time because it's like critical moment here for White. It looks nice for White, but if you give Black literally one move, Black gets play a6, Black plays bishop c6, your knight will have to go back, and then yeah, Black gets out, bishop f6.
Yeah, you get out, you trade, and
So
you're happy. And then I think it's actually Black pushing probably for the win
could
in
be.
an end game.
Could be.
Although with 3 minutes against 6 minutes,
yeah, we saw Morale convert this insane endgame against Min Lei, the rook and bishop against rook and knight. I mean, that was crazy.
Merman, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Danthemim Crow. I really appreciate that. Very kind. Yeah, Niels eliminated Bach. Yes, it's really tough. There's so many crazy, crazy upsets in these games. Lots of eliminations, lots of very strong players in D3. Crazy.
Shout out to Max.
Yes, and shout out to Joe Bruin as well. And fun fact, guys, I would not be here today if it weren't for Joe. And I'm not saying that because he's my mother, because Mother's Day passed and he's not my mother. So not like physically. But I am saying that how I ended up starting here was I wanted to find a chess game at my college or near my college, and I joined the Collegiate Chess League to find it. And then he said, why don't you try streaming? And the rest was history. So you can blame Joe for this.
So it's Joe's fault.
It is Joe's fault. It's Jover. It's Jover. Like, it's all Jover. It's over. Jover.
I'm going to have to talk with Joe later.
Always my fault. So also shout out to CCL. If you guys are in college and you haven't joined it, it's great. Highly recommend. And
yeah. Shout out Collegiate Chess League.
Shout out Collegiate Chess League. Has Jules been behaving, Kostya? I've been behaving great.
Best behavior.
Best behavior. On our best behavior today
Always.
with these matches.
Yeah.
With these matches. And when we take a look, I am just going to double check too, see if anything fun's happening.
Okay, H4. So Neil spent like over 2 minutes there. He comes up with H4. Typical move when you don't really have an idea. You're just trying to improve your position. You make loft for your own king. You look to advance on the king side. So what I'm saying is he had nothing more direct, like any kind of bishop D3 or queen E5. So, okay, improves the situation.
Should we look at Parin? It's getting a little spicy.
Oh.
Similar time.
Okay. All right, let's switch back. Division 2. This is game 1. But keep an eye on this game 2 as well, because something might happen there. Okay, what's going on here? So Wesley managed to get in. Rook B6 takes the pawn on B5, and okay, pawn up for white.
Pawn up. What does? Whoa. Okay.
Sorry.
We're pushing a little here.
Let me pull this one back. Okay, what's going on? Takes on C3, takes on D6.
And the first result here was what? I forget. Hold
on. This is their first game.
First game. Got it.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay.
Wesley pawn
Big
up,
challenge.
looking for this endgame, and black kind of has to take it because the knight on B8 is hanging as well. So.
Yeah.
Queen D6, Rook D6, and Rook B3. Good move.
Yeah, you don't want to get into this like slightly worse endgame with Wesley So. Like,
no, you do not.
That feels like kind of a nightmare for most chess players.
Yeah, and yet here we are.
And yet here we are. Sometimes you cannot avoid it. We even saw it for a second. Like, we know that Oparin calculated that he had to take that queen like right away.
But
he's very skilled. He didn't want to, so
yeah.
we saw that slight delay.
But it's like that song. You can't always get what you want.
You can't always get what you want.
Oh, actually, I think I'm thinking of a different song.
What song? No, that's the song.
But if you try sometimes, you might find
you get what you need.
Yeah, I think it's a different song. Anyway, let's...
What do you mean it's a different song?
Extra pawn here, but 4 versus 3. This will be... this will be tough to defend.
Yeah, we might be copyright striked because I feel like the AA will just think that's the original of the song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just so close.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
And will he get what he needs here? Wesley's so very tough to see. But I think this is the kind of position where he thrives. Very uncomfortable for black. 2 minutes to 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah. And Wesley So has been on fire today as well.
Yeah, no, playing very well.
Today especially.
He knocked out Levon, Aronian, which was pretty huge.
Yeah.
And
Levon's also been playing great too.
It'll be interesting how he approaches this, because this is not an easy endgame to convert. For example, if this was just like a pure rook endgame, like you trade off some pieces, then usually that's a draw, 4 versus 3. If you get similar color bishop endgame, usually that's a draw, 4 versus 3. But with more pieces on the board, you definitely have a lot more chances to. So knight f3, he avoids the trade.
Yeah, and Wesley does not want the draw here. I would go that far because
he wants to score.
He wants to score. You don't want to go in and have to pull out a victory with black.
Yeah, he wants to slam that ball through the hoop in game 1.
Joe, I will be in St. Louis in a month. So I hope we can say hi, and if you're visiting the colleges, I might love to come with, because I have not seen any of them yet. I've been very lazy here, going back and forth, doing chess stuff, nothing else.
Some great schools here in St. Louis. Great schools.
Okay. Very true. A lot of chess schools.
Yeah, actually, Oparin, I don't know if he might have graduated, but he was going to a chess school.
Yeah.
Mizzou. University of Missouri.
So we'll see what they teach him.
They won
in Mizzou here.
Okay, knight c5. f5, taking space.
f5.
Where's that bishop gonna go?
It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable, that bishop. Like, everything can get pinned. You have to be so careful, because every single piece can get pinned here.
Yeah, you gotta be very, very careful.
And it's another moment where I know, he's calculating. He's calculating. He knows it. He just doesn't want to move it. Yeah, exactly. Bishop d7. Just forcing him back. This huge, positional squeeze we're seeing here.
Rook d5. Nice move from Wesley. If black takes the pawn, he's got rook e5 check. Tacticos.
True.
Yeah. So, okay, knight b3.
I was going to ask if he was going to fall for it, but,
No, Oparin.
No, he wouldn't.
He wasn't born yesterday.
To the casual observer, this also looks a little fun.
95 looks good.
Yeah.
To the not so casual observer.
I mean, you see a hole, you want to put your knight there.
95 looks nice.
Yeah, and they're not going to want to ever kick your knight, because outposties.
Exactly, you make too many weaknesses. 95.
95. Wesley So and me, two very similar chess players.
Wesley, casual observer.
Casual
confirmed.
observer. Wesley So.
Spectator. Basically a tourist.
Chess tourist, exactly.
Okay, rook d4, looking for a rook trade.
Would we go for it?
I think he might. I mean, where else is this rook going? Rook e5 check looks a little...
Yeah, you could...
in the way.
Yeah, and you don't want to risk any sort of knight shenanigans here where you have to defend a bunch of pieces.
Oh, knight f4.
And trading on his terms where he gets the outpost.
Very smart.
Very smart.
Very smart. Parn's not going to like that, but he might not have a choice. Yeah, bishop c6. He's like, no you trade. You trade. I think now that he's insisting, it's like, all right, if you insist. Rook d4.
And I guess as pieces come off the board, this bishop might be able to get a little more active.
Yeah.
So, this Wesley guy knows how to pieces move. Yeah, I know. Crazy, right?
30 seconds.
They can play chess.
Does he know how the clock moves? Because it's moving fast right now. Wesley, you got to hurry up.
You got to move, Wesley. And he is such a strong blitz and bullet player, but you do not want to get down on time.
Rook e3. What a shot. What a shot. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, this is trouble for black. Knight is hanging. If bishop d5, knight d5 check, and knight on b3 hangs. So he has to find only move rook b4.
Rook b4.
To hang on.
It is tough.
Oh, takes.
Oh.
King
Wait.
d6.
Okay. Takes.
Well, he's won 2 pieces for the rook.
Look at that.
Now it's very good winning chances for white. It's not over.
Wesley So is just playing like an absolute beast today.
Machina.
Absolute beast. And Oparin's also been really, really on this entire tournament.
But Wesley seems to be a little bit more unstoppable today.
Yeah, eating his tactics today.
Yeah. King f2 now. Just support the knight. So 2 pieces versus the rook, guys. If it's all the pawns are on one side of the board, the 2 pieces are actually very happy because they outplay the rook. You have 2 of them. You attack something twice, rook cannot defend it.
That is true.
And with white having a pair of rooks white having 1 rook on the board, it's even better because now white has a very active soldier that can jump into d7 and make life very uncomfortable here for black. So this looks like a technical win, but 20 seconds for Wesley, it's not easy. Not easy at all. Rook e3, I think there was king f4, Joe, and the rook on d3 was defended. King f3. He's just trying to... the players
Massage
are
the
feeling the
pawns.
time now. They're feeling the pressure.
Trying to massage the pawns.
He's massaging the pawns.
He's
He's massaging a lot of stuff. Bishop b5.
Hashtag fire Kostya. Getting some mad text messages,
a7. King is going back. Check. Wesley, do not make a draw.
No draw.
No way.
10 seconds. He has to find the win. But we've seen this before. When they're low on time and they have to find the win, there is an opportunity to mess up.
It's very hard to be precise, and watch out. There's rook d3. I mean, you could lose this as white if you
overpush too much.
If you're not careful. Okay, brings the rook to e8. I
7
think that's
saves 5
solid.
4. We are in
Bishop
huge
d5.
time pressure, folks.
Oh, Paran, is he going to hold his g6? A very nice move, trading off some pawns.
This is not easy.
And Wesley scrambling. He hasn't found the coordination he needs, but he still has...
And he's moving quickly. He's doing what he needs to do. He's not taking his time.
Yeah, he's sped up now. I think he's getting back into his...
Yeah, you need some increment. You don't want to accidentally repeat or draw, but if you can give some checks, buy some time, get some increment, and make it tough, you can take home the win.
Yeah, he's turning on his Super Wesley mode.
Super Wesley.
Knight d1. Oh, and he won the exchange. Now he just needs to keep this pawn on the board. But can he do it? Will black be able to trade this pawn off?
Or will the pawn be pawn off?
If it's pawn off, we get a draw. So h5, he's looking for g5. But g5, why couldn't he go g5? There's knight e4 last move. Ooh, black is in trouble here. If he can't trade this pawn off, it's lost.
Trade this pawn off.
Pawn off attack. Mm-hmm.
Trade this pawn off.
Okay, rook a5. Oh, Wesley's scrambling. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, but he's not going to accidentally repeat.
He better not. Okay, knight e4 now? Knight e4, knight g5. Oh, rook h3 back. Oh, rook h7. Oh, what a shot. What a shot, Wesley. Oh, he's so... Or the eval bar didn't even understand what's happening.
It didn't even see it.
Oh,
my.
Oh, so beautiful.
I'm in awe. I'm in shock. This was a miracle, a Christmas miracle.
Wow. We just saw Picasso
this was beautiful.
paint a masterpiece.
He painted a Picasso piece.
Look, can we just...
A Wesley piece.
Can we just back this up? I mean...
That was beautiful. And under such low time.
He finds 90... So look at this, folks. I mean... Okay, the engine got here late. At first it was saying rook h3. Black
it doesn't understand.
So if knight g5 first, looking for rook h7, then rook takes h4.
And you don't really have anything.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black gets out. Black makes the draw. So he starts with rook h7.
Oh, gorgeous.
And Oparin resigned from the beauty, actually.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
he was like, whew,
He's just overcome.
the miracle.
With, awe. Because king moves, knight takes h3, you keep the extra piece in the endgame, guys. And importantly, because white has kept this square under control, black is never trading this pawn off. And so this is a technical win. It might take a couple of moves, but
he was not about to...
Wesley could convert this since he's been like 3 years old. Okay, I allowed g5. I messed it up. I'm sorry, guys. Knight e4. Anyway, the point is eventually you zugzwang the king, and Oparin didn't even want to...
I didn't even want to play that out.
He didn't even want to try. Yeah, he was like, I know Wesley's going to convert this. He's just disgusted. Wow. Fantastic game. They're on to their game 2.
It was absolutely beautiful.
Morale, though. Oh, Niels won. Let's go to Division 3, folks. We'll catch you up. Niels won his game. The second game against Karthikeyan, and he gets back to the winners final against Andreykin. So what happened? Apparently, okay, so we had it way back here. The dude played h4 and a6. Knight comes back, h5. He's still pressing. Pressing. The players are in their time scramble now. Somehow white lost the pawn, but he gets some initiative with his knight. Black's bishop on h5 is out of the game. Knight c5. He gets this endgame, gets his pawn back. And this is just a nice endgame for white. Black's bishop just stranded on the king side, folks. Should be 2. King comes in now. And that's it. Karthikeyan had to resign. And that means Niels will play Andreykin in the winner's final.
Which we just, yeah.
The grand final.
The grand final.
So he gets another chance.
He gets another shot.
At Andreykin. But it's going to be very tough because Andreykin basically has 2 lives. So Niels not only has to win this 4-game match, he'll then have to win a 2-game match after that. So very, very tough ahead. Tough road ahead of him. But hey, fresh match against Andreykin. He's going to...
Absolutely. And he's going to be ready to come back with a vengeance.
Yeah.
And it's tough. We've seen these situations where, they get one win, and then they have to come back and get another win as well to prove it.
Right.
It is not easy. I think we saw that with Alireza and Magnus a tournament or 2 ago. It is tough, but it does happen, folks. It really does happen.
Yeah. He'll have his chance, But Andreykin, gotta say, big favorite there. Andreykin, he's thirsty for that Division 2. He wants to get back in.
He's had a perfect match. All his matches he's won.
Meanwhile, Oparin is in must-win against Wesley. And Wesley playing the trusty old Berlin defense.
You must win, yep.
And... okay, Oparin does take on C6.
Imagine you have a must-win and you have to face Wesley's Berlin. Oof.
Yeah.
Not a fun day.
Yeah, imagine being that guy.
Being that guy. It's tough.
So we got some trades. Knight c4
I will be right back.
Sure.
2 seconds.
You're fine. Takes. Knight takes d4. Knight c5. Rook e1. Rook e8. And now f3. Okay, so not much here for white, but maybe slightly more comfortable structure. He has more space. If black could get d5, and he'd be happy, but if d5 happens, maybe ed5, rook e1, queen e1, and if queen d5, queen e8 check, that's a little bit unpleasant for black. But if cd5, then white's definitely better here because of the isolated queen pawn. But d5 definitely is kind of a critical move. Wesley has already spent some time here in this game, so not the most comfortable position for him. He does go d5. I know. e5. Okay, e5 is the other move. I'd say this is very thematic from Oparin, and he just plays it quickly. ed5, though, definitely was possible, I want to say. But maybe this position, rook e1, queen e1, queen d5, queen e8 check, king h7. Maybe white doesn't have anything so special here. I mean, it looks unpleasant for black. But knight e7, knight f6, black can maybe try to kick this queen out. So maybe this wasn't anything amazing for white either. So, e5, a5. And now Oparin definitely playing on the king side. I would look at bishop f4 here. Oops. Queen over to g3. But of course, got to watch out for knight d3. b3, okay. b3 I wasn't expecting. I guess maybe he wants bishop a3 on this diagonal. Bishop d6. Definitely looks like a reasonable idea. Though somehow it feels like the bishop should be pointed at h6 here, in my opinion. Just going at the king side. But bishop on d6, I mean, that'll be more of a positional squeeze. And Wesley, he's now thinking about this one, because how to deal with the incoming bishop a3. Okay, bishop d7. Yeah, b3, I'm not totally sure if this was the best move in the situation, but okay, you gotta remember, these guys have already played a ton of chess today, and a lot of rapid chess, so they are, of course, tired and probably just relying more on just their natural instincts. And, you know, it did cause Wesley to spend some time. But bishop a3, maybe just b6. And he says, I don't care about your bishop a3. So, yeah. Engine says about equal, but of course it's middle game with opposite color bishop. So if white is able to somehow get the attack going, then there's some potential danger. And of course the classic plan in this position is to try to get f4, f5 and advance the central pawns. And then even f6, and you get a big kingside attack. But of course, as soon as you play f4, black gets the e4 square for the knight, so that's not exactly ideal. So it's a tough position. It's balanced, but playable. So let's see what happens. 7 minutes for Oparin. He had a nice time advantage. Now he's spending time. He plays a4. E4 and eval drops a little bit. I mean, now this one is a little bit weaker. c3 is weak. So Wesley in good shape here in this game too. He's up a point. So he just needs a draw in this game, and he'll get back to the winners grand final against MVL.
What'd I miss?
Okay, so we're in this game too. Oparin Oparin.
Got that.
Gregory must win situation
Against the Berlin.
Against the big guy, Wesley.
Yeah.
So.
And
By the way, have you seen how Wesley plays these matches? He's like, he has his laptop on a chair.
oh yeah,
and
and
he's
sitting on the on the ground, right?
There must be something to that.
Yeah, and he's like facing. I get it because it's always fun to like play chess like. I don't know.
When your back is hurting.
Yeah, when your back's hurting. Like,
exactly.
You don't want to like just sit there for like, you know.
Yeah, who wants to be comfortable for hours at a time?
Yeah, you know, you want to lay down on the floor sometimes. You want to like.
But he's been
go by
crushing
the
it.
fireplace. He's been killing it. Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, I guess you play your best chess when you're uncomfortable.
That's true. That is very, very true. Wait. Or, well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just more comfortable. Maybe it's less comfortable. We don't know why he does it, but it works for Wesley So try it out at home. Let us know how it goes. And don't hold us to it if you lose all your games.
Or end up with back pain. Do not try it. Do not try this at home.
Not the end of the world.
F6, Wesley.
F6, going for some sort of break, yeah?
Yeah, he's tired of just staring this e5 pawn in the face. He's like, show me what you got. Show me what you got, punk. F6, huh?
That's kind of interesting. And
yeah.
The top engine move is bishop e3. Why?
Bishop E3.
Why?
Something against that knight on c5.
And this knight just like tactics. Maybe
takes knight c6,
here.
exactly.
Takes here, okay. And gives you a little time you develop. Actually, it makes some sense. It makes some sense. Findable.
Yeah.
Sit on the desk, put the laptop on the chair. That's a great idea. Then you're like facing down. You know, even more of a vibe. Which one's my water? I think it's this one, right?
Yeah. I think bishop f4 here maybe is the more like natural move, but takes, queen h4, queen g5. Black is active enough.
Yeah, it's always scary for me to put your pieces like this. It's always a little scary. Bishop a3. Well, if
A3
bishop
is possible
a3,
too. Mm-hmm.
what does black have? Do they have anything?
Maybe b6. Just defending the knight.
And you don't really care about the structure?
Yeah, because I think if you take, then you lose your d4 square, and the knight
isn't really doing too much, and maybe you get this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
So I think that's all right for.
Guys, see all the arrows we had to go in there?
Okay, bishop f4.
Bishop f4, which is your move.
As we said, the human move.
As we said. Look at that. Hello, Jingo. Nice to see you here.
Now takes bishop e5. Well, he still is playing the dark squares. I don't love his a4 move, though, because I feel like this one is just a long-term target for white.
And credit where credit is due. Since Oparin needs the win, it would be really easy for him just to lash out, go like Dubov style, try to sack, try to make it like incredibly complicated.
We saw how that worked out.
We saw how that works out. And that's what Wesley So wants. That's what he's provoking here. Mm-hmm. But we're not really getting that. He's playing very solid.
Yeah, he's going to take either with the rook or the bishop. I mean, bishop makes more sense because you don't really want to trade pieces here as white, but maybe rook takes has some logic to it as well. No, bishop takes, queen g5, and Wesley, he's just on it. He's just playing this perfectly.
He does not want to allow a single thing. Yeah, you want to kick the knight out as soon as possible. f4. Hoofy. I guess it makes sense.
Wow.
Here, you've got this kind of nice little makeshift outpost for your bishop.
f4. Nice move. Even the engine didn't even recognize the strength of this one. And now rook e3. Rook e3, rook g3. Oh, Oparin's getting some initiative here.
Yeah, this outpost looks a little annoying.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
But white's got a plan of like queen c2, rook f1, f5, f6, fg7, and game over.
Can't you eventually even try to break this if you have time?
Maybe
Maybe
some
they'll
c4.
have time, yeah.
Maybe. To undermine the knight on e4. Could be possible. Could be possible.
Very interesting.
This is actually looking like a chance for Oparin.
And he's been playing it so well, just very patient, very like.
But also taking
on the
his
nose.
chances
Taking his chances.
when he's had to.
It's very solid.
Queen c2, rook g3, another idea, yes. Ooh, h3, okay. Building up on the king side.
Selfishly, I would love to see an Armageddon.
Maybe.
I think that would be a lot of fun for all of us. Queen c2, rook g3. Rook g3.
Yeah, queen c2 and rook g3 to use the pin. But now black's queen is defended. So Wesley, he's like Karpov, anticipating the threats before they even arrive. Oh, c5.
Karpov-Esley. c5.
Knight b5. Ah, because on knight f3, there's bishop takes h3. We wanted to avoid. But Engine was saying knight f3 was playable because bishop takes h3. You have c4. Okay, insane move. Never gonna find that.
yeah.
No, it's absolutely insane. So knight b5.
No.
Yeah, that's gonna.
Match score so far is 1-0. Wesley is in the lead, which means Oparin's in a must-win position, y'all. He needs to win this game. He has white, he has chances, but Wesley played the Berlin, which was actually quite funny. Like, no, it's super normal, but it's actually very funny from the outside, because imagine, like, you're in a must-win and you're facing, like, Wesley's Berlin, and you're like, you know, like, what do I do?
Yeah, so funny.
I think it's a little funny. Maybe not for Oparin.
Not for Oparin.
Not for Oparin.
Not for anyone that has to.
He probably made, like, an audible noise there, you know?
Oh, hold on. What's happening here? Wesley sacked the exchange. Knight c7. Oh. Wesley.
Scary sauce.
Wesley so.
And you're just saying your outpost is permanent? Is that the idea? Your knight outpost is permanent, and you'll have to sack again if you want to get it back? Is that kind of the idea? Or not?
No,
Never
honestly,
mind.
I'm not sure at all. I think he's looking for some tactics here. d4. Bishop takes d4.
We're about to see some majesty at work, I guess.
What does Wesley have here?
What are
Dang,
you
this is
going
crazy.
for?
Okay, all the rooks are hanging. If bishop takes d4, knight c3 among other moves. Rook a d8, but knight c3, that's a shot. Trying to take here and take here on bishop c3.
That is crazy.
That's a shot. But that might not be the intention. Maybe he wants rook a d8. That also
Just
looks
slow tactics.
getting the pieces in. Oh man, big moment here.
Exactly, King's Gambit. It is tough to face his Berlin, but he is keeping his cool. We saw some Wesley. It was Wesley who provoked Duov into that.
Yeah.
Into that bad exchange, the bad line of sacks.
Bad sacrifice, right?
Bad sacrifices just by playing very like subtle, very soft. So he is doing it. But Oparin is not taking right now. And we have
d4, what a
so many
find.
interesting moves.
I love
here.
this, like, that diagonal idea.
Dang.
Yeah, Wesley too strong.
Dang Liren.
Yeah, dang Liren, exactly.
B takes d4. And we're really going to see some thinking here. And it's 2 minutes against, well, the time's fairly equal, but it could easily swing, and you do not want to get low on time here in this situation. We have seen that so many times here where they're just low on time, someone messes up. It's been heartbreaking in so many different instances. F4. F5.
Oh, F5.
Wowza.
Fisher Random called it in the chat, too. Is that Oparin typing the moves? He's like, F5.
F5. I got it, guys. Don't worry. I got you.
So bishop takes d4. Now rook ad8. Hitting the bishop. Knight takes c8. Rook takes d4. And playing for all the activity. Rook to d2.
And you do have all the activity there.
Ooh. Wesley playing the second game for a win. Man, this is insane. It's like he thinks he has to win this game.
Well, it's what we said. Like, Wesley is okay playing for a draw here until you threaten him, and then he will take your chances.
Oparin must have crossed the line or something.
He crossed the line.
Wesley
he did something, and Wesley was not into it.
He's like, no, you lose now.
Exactly. He was willing to let him get the draw. Take a little bit of dignity, but now he's going for the win now. But it's really that might actually be a good thing. That might be what Oparin wants, because if both people take risks, then.
No, yeah, Oparin wants a dogfight.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and he got one. But
I think a lot of these players would much rather have it end up being 0-2 than have to. They want to take their chances, and if they lose, they lose. It's the same thing for them anyway.
Yeah. No, better to lose with chances than draw without chances.
Exactly.
For sure. Rook F1 here, another move.
Rook F1, hitting the queen. Where's queen?
I would definitely be considering this. Okay, he takes the rook.
First.
Rook d4. And now the knight on e8 is also hanging, so that's a tempo for black. Let's see, if he goes back knight c7, what's happening here? Rook d2. And this is just huge tactical issues.
That is so interesting that works.
Queen g6, yeah.
Why exactly does that work?
Let's see, so, there's queen f2 hanging, so that's one idea. So queen e1, queen g5, and...
You can't stop it, really.
You're just getting mated here. This one.
That is so tough.
Immediately over. So, knight c7 played. It's a very human move. That's why I looked at it first, but
yeah,
it looks
because it's
winning
not
for black.
immediately sure why you're getting mated. It's not super clear immediately. It feels like you should have some time to get out of it.
Yeah, no, not obvious at all.
Yeah, and he's going for the win. He wants to keep his material.
Yeah, this is classic Animal Kingdom stuff. Can't wait for Wesley So to sink his teeth into the gazelle that is Oparin right now.
And Oparin has been very gazelle-like in a good way too in some of his other games.
Very graceful,
very graceful, very
elegant
flexible.
Play, but Wesley So is
elegant
a lion.
play.
He's hungry.
We'll see here. I mean, he's been on it today. And he sees it. Rook d2. 15 seconds to a minute and 34 seconds as well.
F2?
You just can't calculate.
Queen F2 and take the rook. Queen F2, take the rook. Does white have a perpetual? But even if he does, who cares? Wesley's up.
It's over. Yeah.
Queen F2 and just take the rook.
And he has time to think. He has a minute.
He's got plenty of time, but he's gonna find it.
He's gonna. Well,
and
yeah.
I'm not even sure white has a perpetual. Engine says black is winning. So take the rook.
It seems like almost every move.
Oh my god, he can start with knight f6. Knight f6 is so sick. Oh, knight f6 is disgusting. Knight f6 is nasty. Oh, he plays it.
Knight f6, he's going for the beauty points.
Look at that, is just gross.
What? He's going for the beauty points here, and if queen g3...
Oof. That's it.
Y'all.
He didn't even want to see it.
It's beautiful. We've seen some beautiful moves from Wesley here.
Wow.
Renaissance painting. Wow.
Gorgeous.
That was beautiful. This is just a beautiful play by Wesley.
Work
He's
of art.
on today. It is his posture at the computer.
Hang this up in the Louvre. For $10 million.
Someone would buy it.
Wesley's play today. No, beautiful. White resigned here at the end, folks. Classic windmill tactic. You got the discovered attack.
You're going to take every single thing on that board. Nothing is safe.
This rook. You can take this rook.
From that...
Yeah.
Evil rook.
It's all
Easy
over.
Easy money.
Okay, so that means Wesley So plays MVL.
What a matchup.
In the next stage.
Wesley So playing MVL, and he will have to win 2 games in a row.
2 matches.
Two matches in a row. That is so tough. He's gonna really have. He's playing the games of his life here. Well, maybe not his life. He plays very well, but he's playing some great games here, and he's gonna have to keep it up. Especially against a player like MVL. Not easy.
Yeah. No, not easy at all. But they're going to have a full 4-game match. If Wesley wins, they'll play another 2 games.
Yes, and Discovery Channel, it's the wild Oparin is being stalked by a hungry Wesley. He takes his time, he is in no rush. He brings it in, knight f6, doesn't wait for the kill, he's teasing his opponent. Where should he move? He thinks to hide. Queen g3, but it's too late. And he goes in for the kill. Ah. Yeah.
That was great.
Do you like it?
No,
Yeah?
very good. You almost sounded like a golf commentator. Like, and the putt.
And the putt has gone in the green.
Okay, so we have Wesley MVL in Division 2, Undraken against Niels Grandelius in Division 3. Folks, I think we're going to take a break here because these matches are not going to start right away. I think it might be a little bit. So we'll take a quick break. Folks, you get a chance, freshen up, get a new coffee, new...
Brush your teeth
new
if
snack.
you haven't.
Yeah, make your bed.
Make your bed.
Call your mother.
Call your mother. Tell
Yeah.
her you love her.
What, you only call her on Mother's Day?
Yes,
What's
that's
that
so
about?
upsetting.
Yeah.
This is the woman, you know? You gotta call her. Also, text your landlord. Tell them you love them.
Yeah.
Good
Landlords
idea.
also
yeah.
need love. Okay, let's let's go. Let's go on break, folks. We'll be right back with the
See you soon. Stay
Grand
tuned.
Finals.
Stay here. We'll be back soon.
Looking for new ways to enjoy chess? Check out our schedule of chess.com community events today. Mondays, play Rapid Opening Roulette and expand your opening repertoire with a new opening each month. Tuesdays, compete against other untitled players in Untitled Tuesday. Battle your way to the top in Arena Kings on Wednesdays. And finish the week off each Saturday with the blistering Community Bullet Brawl. All happening in the Community Club on chess.com.
So actually,
folks. Good news and bad news.
So actually, it looks like all the games are done for today, and we will be back tomorrow. Same time for the last and final rounds. Lots of drama, lots of action.
So we were a little misinformed, slightly misinformed, but we will have the grand final in both divisions tomorrow. The potential for 2 matches. So in Division 2, we have MVL against Wesley So, 4-game match.
Which will be a crazy matchup.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
MVL, he's the incumbent, so he just needs to win 1 match and he wins. If Wesley wins that match, it's not over. They will then play another 2-game match to decide the championship. And the winner of Division 2 qualifies for Division 1 in the next tournament. So it's a big deal. You play in Division 1, I mean, that's the big leagues.
That
play
is,
with the big boys.
That's what you want.
Yeah. Division 3, we have Andraken against Niels Grandelius, the rematch. They played
rematch.
today. Andraken won handedly, but tomorrow Niels will be fresh and ready. He won a
With
couple
a vengeance,
matches today,
yeah.
and so he'll be back to fight.
He'll be ready for it. So it's going to be absolutely crazy. Join us one last day tomorrow, same time. It will be a lot of fun, a lot of vibes, a lot of action. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be great.
It'll
Folks,
be great.
We'll see you then. Take care.